Welcome back to this LMS World Series, and we're here for the game of the day here between England and India. It appears that England are going to bat first here at Chester Boughton Old Cricket Club, and it's going to be Blake van der Linde and Aaron Lomas to start us off, and I think that's Praveen with the new ball. Glorious conditions here at Chester for the final game of the day. For the Indian viewers watching, Wasim Jaffer is literally minutes away, so they're going to start with a sub fielder, and we're hoping that he'll be here about 10-15 minutes into this match after having some car trouble. But it was great to hear from Meg, the India wicketkeeper, and he's going to start up to the stumps with Blake van der Linde. He's not wearing his own shirt today. He appears to be being inspired by the England franchise player wearing Nick Compton's shirt. Welcome to all our viewers in India today. And welcome to all our viewers in the UK who are just probably getting home from work now. This is going to be a fantastic contest. The unbeaten England against the ever-improving India. And they're going to start from the Ron Fleet end of the ground here. Rahul Kohli is the captain of India. And it's Nick Darby Welsh, the captain of England, as Praveen comes around the wicket. And he starts with a wide. They may try for a three here. They may try for a three. Van der Linde, he started to run, and then Lomas was sent back, but no run there. Not the ideal start for Praveen there. Welcome into the commentary box with me is Wayne Grieve.
Good afternoon, Lee.
Well, it's a beautiful afternoon here as Praveen comes in for the second ball. It's back of a length to Lomas, who batted fantastically well yesterday, and that's a single. Fantastic atmosphere over in the Players' Village there. Some of the Australians and the South Africans enjoying a cold drink before tomorrow's crunch tie. But before we even get there, this is a massive game.
Huge game. As you said earlier, India are improving as this tournament goes on. Wasim Jaffer's added a lot of impetus and value, imparting his knowledge on this young Indian side. We heard Meg in the commentary box earlier. Meg's the keeper in the Wales game, and he seems like he's got a switched-on cricket brain, doesn't he, Lee?
He does. He was really good to listen to him actually, and I think he was very disappointed not to play in that first game, but I thought he masked it really well. As van der Linde's just pushed that back with a square, and that's 4. And that's a really good start for England here. Praveen just struggling to find his length on this strip further down the wicket here at Chester. But I thought Meg spoke really well, Wayne, and I think he's very, very keen to see if India can progress in this tournament.
So, to all our Indian viewers, we know it's 10 o'clock at night there. We want to hear from you in the live feed. Tell us what you're doing, where you're watching this game from.
As van der Linde pushes it into the leg side here, they're going to look for a second run. He's turned blind. He was sent back. Some excellent fielding in the deep there. So, obviously, Wasim Jaffer has been absolutely fantastic for India since he's come in as the marquee player. I know the whole of India will have their hearts in their mouths waiting for him to arrive at the ground. He's just stuck in traffic at the moment after a problem with his car. But the Indians have started relatively well here. But either side will be happy with this first over.
Yeah, the great Wasim Jaffer. Some people might be confused why he's stuck in a car. He's playing club cricket as an overseas player for a club in Blackburn. And he left for this match about 2-3 hours ago, and he's stuck on the motorway. We've called the AA, and he will be here shortly. India have won the toss, and the decision to bowl first was slightly influenced by Wasim Jaffer's later arrival. Wasim Jaffer's been superb during this tournament, hasn't he, Lee?
He really has, and we've been really blessed with the franchise players. We're going to be speaking to Nick Pothas hopefully at some time during this game. He's been a really good addition to the South African side. They weren't successful today, but it certainly wasn't down to him. He was very, very good. Wasim Jaffer, Abdul Razak, Nick Compton, Fraser Watts of Scotland, James Franklin, Shiv Chanderpaul, all these guys absolutely fantastic.
Thanks to Kashika Nanda, confirming it's 10:30 in India now. It's actually 4.5 hours ahead. I always forget that extra half an hour. Yes, Patel, yeah, there are some big name players. Compton's been playing for England. Unfortunately, Nick Compton won't be taking part in this match. He's at Lord's at the moment. It's his benefit year, but he'll be following this game on the live feed. We've got even supporters from Pune, Mumbai. Please keep us informed as where you're watching this game from.
It's a nice shot down the ground there from Van der Linde. He's started well. It was really nice to speak to Blake in the previous game, Wayne. He was saying how much he was enjoying the tournament, and really pleased how England have kind of put their best foot forward so far. He's been a legend of LMS cricket, and it was great to have him and Nick Darby Welsh in here as Aaron Lomas pushes that into the offside. There's got to be a second run here, but they've turned that down.
So Aaron Lomas with the red pads, Blake van der Linde, the left-hander, he's got the white pads.
Nada has done very well so far in this tournament, up with the new ball and working his way down the world rankings all the time. As the ball's wide of the off stump, goes down towards the third man region, and that's Verhaab, who's been excellent so far with the bat.
We've got a few people asking where this game's been played. This is northwest of England, Chester Boughton Hall Cricket Club.
There's going to be two here, I think. He's on his heels in the outfield. Even the bowlers had a little look at it, but he's got back quite confident. He's got back comfortably there.
Comfortable.
Aaron Lomas, recipient of one of the Batter of the Day awards this week.
Yeah, he's been a solid rock. He's had a few decent partnerships with Nick Compton. Nick Compton, relatively new to last man stands cricket. And in terms of last man stands cricket, Aaron Lomas is a seasoned pro. I think Nick Compton would have learnt a lot from Aaron Lomas' approach to LMS cricket. And Aaron would have learnt a lot from Nick Compton in the nets. Technique, apparently Nick Compton's been great with the guys in the nets, improving their techniques and just general advice about the game.
Well, this is a really good start from England here. 22 off the first 2 overs. Aaron Lomas, ranked 18 in the world, with over 500 runs at an average of 100. Be pretty happy with that. 77.50, so a real legend of the LMS format. And Praveen is going to continue round the wicket. Those world rankings are really important to these guys, especially the guys that are playing all the time. They're constantly watching. As
big shot.
Praveen went up for an appeal there. He maybe thought it was pad first, but Van der Linde's worked it into the leg side and he's got 2. Praveen went for the double teapot there, so it'll be worth watching that one back. So we can have a little look, see if that was pad first.
What does the viewers think? Tell us your views. We'll see a replay just now.
Praveen around the wicket again. Van der Linde's going to be pushing this again. It's very, very lackadaisical fielding here. And that's 2 more. The one thing I've noticed straight away, Wayne, with Wasim Jaffer late to the ground, we've seen a massive improvement in the intensity in the field. So, oh, wow.
We'll leave that one to the viewers. Tell us, was that paired first? It's always tough for the umpire, easy for us to have the benefit of a replay.
So obviously with no review there, we have to take, and Praveen has to take the umpire's word. And it looked like a very, very tough decision there. Around the wicket again, he's firing in on that knee roll there. He's really honing in on the top of the stumps, attacking the stumps every ball. Van der Linde's been up to the task so far. That's a massive shout. Hasn't got up at all there. Van der Linde's seen the length. He's gone back. He's definitely not short enough to pull. And it'd be interesting to see if this is just going down the leg side.
Yeah, the umpires have been fantastic this whole tournament. They haven't got many wrong. That's definitely just missing leg stump.
A little bit of extra bounce from Praveen there. Just stood that up, it just straightened down the hill. Omnesh Kumar thought that was plumb. And then Danush has said no, not out. So already on Facebook we're finding it tough to decide if it was out or not out. So Lomas works the ball down to fine leg. This is a really good start for England. I'm sure Nick Compton will be following us on Facebook Live here as he's at Lords as part of his benefit year. So you see in the just top corner there, obviously there's a few little tabs just mentioning how you can get involved, whether it's as a franchise owner or a player. As that goes before, that's fantastic timing from Blake van der Linde.
That's a great shot from Blake. Let's watch the replay. It's a superb shot. He knows where the gaps are.
Just not settling here at all, India. Bowling two sides. Be frustrating for Rahul Kohli here, the captain. As Kanish comes in. Oh, that's a brilliant bit of fielding, and that's a dot ball, and a much needed dot ball for this India side.
So this is an interesting group. India have played 3, only won 1.
Got to win today. As it goes down again, over pitch from Kanish, and that's another single. India would have been really hoping with the unavailability of Compton that they could have got a couple of early wickets and exposed this England middle order.
Good question from Ashwin Chetty asking what LMS is.
As that ball goes from Lomas into that vacant point region. Fielded done well. I think he's just rolled his ankle in the outfield there. I think that's Dwidge.
The LMS is 8-a-side cricket, T20, with a difference. 5 ball overs. When the 7th wicket falls, the last man stands, hence the name last man stands. But he can only deal in boundaries or run 2s. The first wide is like normal cricket, 1 run plus an extra ball. But any subsequent wides is a penalty 3. So you'll see the lastmanstands.com join sign. There's leagues all over India, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad. We even got leagues in Coimbatore, and we're looking to expand to tier 2 cities.
Okay, just looking at the world ranking of Praveen Nair. Obviously, he's working his way up the rankings here. He's been extremely successful in the Indian last man stands. That hasn't quite worked into the full rankings there, but I know that he'll certainly be gaining some really good points playing in this World Series. I know I'm right in saying, Wayne, that the higher the standard of the game, the more points
yes,
worth.
So this tournament will be maximum points. You'll get a real boost on your world rankings when you do well in a tournament like this. You're playing against the best last man stands players in the world, but you're also playing against some ex-internationals like Abdul Razak from Pakistan. So great shot from Lomas, pushed out for 2. This is a good start from Lomas.
He's been amazing so far. He really has hit the ball well. I think these two have complemented each other really well, and they've filled the void left by Compton.
Talking of rankings, Lomas is ranked number 18 in the world batting rankings out of 150,000 players. and he's showing us why here.
He's just, you mentioned it before about being the rock of this England side. He's just been the epitome of consistency, and I think he's done a really good job. It doesn't surprise me that Van der Linde's decided to open left and right hand partnership. They both seem very comfortable at the top of the order. And this is the first over outside the power play.
That's correct. Lee, no, you're fairly new to the game, but you've learned the power play. Can you explain that to our viewers?
Yeah, because you've obviously got the option in those first 4 overs here to have 4 on one side, because normally the field is 3-3. So for me, I played in the Masters tournament yesterday, Wayne, and straight away I went to the 4-4, because I believe you've got to back your skills, and I went for the 4 on the offside, and I felt a lot more comfortable doing that. Some people prefer to bowl a bit straighter and maybe go 3 and 3, but it's interesting. It's all part of LMS. And the power play is obviously the first 4, and in this tournament it's the last 2 as well. So the last 2 overs, it gives the captains just that little bit more flexibility. That going into the final few overs to have 4 players on one side. So obviously LMS is doing really well, Wayne. Is that just mainly for the big cities, or is it branching out into other parts of India, Pakistan, England? Is it going into smaller cities as well?
Yeah, we started in the big cities, but I'm sure Michael Kishore from LMS Coimbatore is watching, and Coimbatore is what is known as a Test 2 city, and Michael and his brother Terence are doing an outstanding job with LMS in Coimbatore. So yes, we're looking to get LMS played in all parts of India, and if anyone's interested and wants to get involved, have a look at our website, lastmanstands.com.
Okay, just looking at the batting card so far, Van der Linde, fabulous start here, 27 off 17, Aaron Lomas 16 off 9, and quarter of the way through the innings here, 43 for none. So looking at about 170, 172 at the moment if they keep on at this rate.
And Michael Kishore's watching. Michael, can you tell us what you think is a good score? To all the other viewers, what do you think is a good score? We know you're very experienced with LMS in Coimbatore now. You've had a look at the wicket. What would you be thinking England need to post, yeah?
Have you noticed much of a difference in the wicket, Wayne? We've obviously moved down onto a fresh strip today. We've moved down about 7 pitches on this awfully large square here at Chester Boughton Hall. Have you noticed any difference?
No, it hasn't turned as much. Obviously turned a lot on the first day. If you just look at it, this could be tight. He's turning for the second. Good throw, could be out. He needed a direct hit there. So this is an introductory offer on our screen now. What happened there? Did it go for 4?
So just to fill the players in, the batsman's ran past. It's hit Lomas. Lomas hasn't stopped to let it hit him. The fielder's come in, it's ricocheted, and it's ran away down towards the bottom here, and it'll go down as overthrows. It's an extremely unfortunate situation, but there's nothing we can do about that. It's just part of the game. I think the Indians feel extremely hard done to here. And the 2 umpires are discussing. I don't think there's a great deal to discuss here, Wayne.
Yeah, no, that's regulation 4. I actually didn't know that. I wasn't 100% sure, so probably the wrong word used by me, not regulation.
I'm sure the 4 umpires will appreciate that from you, Wayne, being a key member to this LMS process as founder. So umpires, watch out. As Lomas again, he's played this beautifully into this gap here at point. A lot of runs in this tournament already, just through that backward point region. But just a few moments ago, the Bass co-branded LMS range just came up on the bottom of the screen there. If you'd watched Abdul Razak on Tuesday, he hit a blistering 60 off 30 balls using one of the new Bass co-branded bats. I know speaking to the Bass owner, I know you know the Bass boys a little bit better than me, Grievo, but he was very excited, and obviously they've already got the likes of Darren Sammy on board with Bass at the moment, and to get the co-branded range for LMS players, it's exciting times.
Yeah, so at this stage it's only for LMS players. You've got to log into Last Man Stands shop.lastmanstands.com. You log in with your player ID, and you'll see 20% discounts on the best products as we look at
I think this
Dwidge.
It's Dwidge.
And you know that Dwidge is in the tournament dream team. He's one of the leading bowlers in the tournament. He's been very good and he's well supported by his keeper.
Just talking about that tournament dream team, do you know any other players that have made it into that dream team at the moment?
Yes, our statisticians will be sending some information on that to you in a second. I'm going to take a break from the commentary box. We're going to get Nick Pothers to provide some insight into his experiences of LMS so far.
So welcoming Nick Pothers into our commentary tent here.
Thank you very much.
Well, welcome to this World Championship, well, the World Series of Last Man Stands. Did you enjoy your game today?
Yeah, I loved it. First game of Last Man Stands. I've heard a lot about it from Roscoe and Wayne. And yeah, it's all it's cracked up to be. It's a great balance between competitiveness and fun.
Just to jump in
shot
there, it was a really good shot, wasn't it? Van der Linde just rocked back. Praveen's just bowled right into the pocket there. A lovely shot, well, lovely length for the left-hander just to rock back, and he's hit that extremely hard. The fielder did well to try and get a hand on it.
I like that, Van der Linde. Now that's a very English name.
Speaking to Blake, obviously he's maybe got a little bit of South African in him somewhere.
Say, it sounds very much like Pothos on a British passport.
Oh, it's a big shout. Praveen's gone up again. Meg just moved a little bit down towards the leg side here, the keeper, and Blake van der Linde looks in a little bit discomfort there.
Yeah, it'll teach him for running so many twos. It's meant to be a social event, singles or fours, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the running between the wicket as the week's gone on certainly intensified, and we managed to get a couple of people behind us in the box here. I actually spoke about this gentleman before. This is my hero when I was growing up behind me. This is Darren Warburton. Just speaking with Nick Pothers here. Obviously, Nick, you've just mentioned it was your first game of LMS today. What did you enjoy about it? Just for the people at home who haven't played, why may they enjoy playing LMS?
Yeah, you know, it was interesting because in my ignorance, well, there's a quick single here and there could be a run out. They've missed the throw and they're going to get an extra. They're going to get an overthrow that has now gone for a boundary, which will mean that they get 5. Yeah, I mean, there's a misconception that, you know, it's 20 over cricket and you've only got 6 fielders, so you need to smash the ball all over the park. But I think there's a lot of thought that goes into this game. You know, we're playing on a slope at the moment with a shorter boundary one side, the wind's running one way. And if you actually work the game out, you can play proper cricket shots and score pretty heavily. Yeah, I've said this all the way through the day. There's a fantastic balance between competitiveness and fun in this, and that's what's been the most pleasing.
Yeah, is it a real balance? And I'm just looking at some of these projected scores. I hope some people back in India aren't looking at these, because if it goes at 12 and over, that England are projected 224, and that would be the biggest chase of the tournament so far.
Yeah, that's not going to be easy, and you know, 224 you probably need to go from the outset. But I really like the way England have gone about their work here. They haven't been overly reckless. They've been pretty smart and they've run pretty well. So, you know, at the moment they're bowling towards that short boundary. It might be a little bit difficult in the second half of this game.
The one thing I've picked up in LMS is at the moment, if this was a normal 20 over game, 63 for none, you could probably have a couple of overs of rotating the strike, maybe get up to 90 at 10 and then use that launch pad to go feral towards the end. You have a couple of quiet overs in LMS, and all of a sudden it puts pressure on the next guy coming in, and you know, this is when the wicket seems to happen.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And you know, wickets in hand are a massive thing. They haven't lost a wicket at the moment, so there's no reason for them to go into knocking the ball around mode. They can still keep going pretty hard because they've only done 7 overs and haven't lost a wicket, so they can afford sort of 2 wickets at the moment. You know, I don't like the seriousness of all this drinks coming on here. I think if you're out of shape, you've got to suffer, surely.
I think a few of the boys maybe enjoyed the rest day.
Yeah, I heard there were a few trips out to Liverpool and a few big nights, but like I say, you got to to suffer.
Well, I totally agree with you. We're bowling with 5 ball overs, and obviously bowling 10 overs from one end, then swapping all there to help people minimise being away from the friends and family, being able to enjoy a game of cricket. And then we have a 1-minute drinks break, so Lomas and Van der Linde can drink a nice cold bottle of water. So maybe we'll speak to the organisers about that and maybe get a little bit tougher on some of these top players who are hydrating after maybe a couple of cold drinks the night before.
No, I couldn't agree more. I think we need to speak to the organisers. Yeah, they've thought about every rule. I try to think of every loophole that I could use, and they've blocked every loophole. But I think the drinks break is the final loophole that needs to be shot.
Well, this is Dwidge. He's been very impressive so far. He'd probably be in the team of the week as one of the slow bowlers. We've been playing further up the square here at Chester Boughton Hall earlier in the week, and it's fair to say that the pitch was begging for a drink by the end of play on Tuesday. So we're playing on a slightly fresher wicket today, and let's see if Dwidge is as effective.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the pitch having a drink, but through the day today, even during our innings, the pitch sort of gripped a little bit more. I would have thought that tomorrow, it's going to start turning a little bit more, and make it a little bit more difficult.
The thing is, obviously we've gone from one end of the square to the other. The first couple of days, the housing estate to our right-hand side in our commentary position was taking one hell of a peppering. And then all of a sudden now they've had to stop the barges and the canal boats coming down this river here because there's all sorts of sixes coming their way. This is a massive appeal. The umpire straight away signals down the leg side.
Yeah, so are we on to a council decision at the moment as to where we play on the wicket?
Well, Ziad Abbas on pitch 2 nearly decapitated a sunbather in the garden the other day as he hit one about 10 houses down. Yeah, we've got to be careful because there's been some mighty sixes along the way.
Well, that's the perils of last man stand. I mean, comparing to the Test match perils of 85-year-old pensioners falling asleep in the long room at Lord's.
Just going back to that decision from Dwidge then, just on Facebook Live, are we saying out or not out? I'm saying that's a marginal decision. I'd go umpire's call there. I think that was very, very close, but it may have just been going down the leg side. Maybe if the production crew just want to give me and Nick one more little look at that, that'll be fantastic. As we look at Pool A, and this is obviously a key game for England. They're the only undefeated team after the shock win for LMS UAE over the might of Pakistan. But in the other group, obviously, you've got Sri Lanka, who are unbeaten, but this is the only remaining unbeaten team in this group. Massive win for Scotland over New Zealand today, so we're just going to watch that replay again. Nick, can I have your thoughts, please? So Dwidge just come in. He slowed it right down for us here.
Oh, that's missing next time. You've got slope here as well, so once that ball's pitching, it's heading down towards leg stump. I think if you're a bat and got given out to that, you'd be pretty aggrieved.
Just as a keeper yourself, a little giveaway from the keeper Meg there. He was well on the move.
Yeah, he needs to sell a little bit better. We're all salesmen. He hasn't sold that very well.
As you can see, a few guys coming down after work there, maybe having a couple of beers, a bit to eat. It's fantastic to see so many of the local people taking part in this LMS.
Yeah, very much so. Like I say, it's a fantastic tournament, it's a fantastic format, and all the way through the day we've had people supporting this. But what better way to enjoy a balmy English summer? I've been away for a long period of time, but all I keep hearing about is that how hot it's been all summer, so we might as well enjoy it. I haven't seen much Pims out, to be honest. I would have thought we had a little bit more Pims out.
I think come Friday and Saturday there'll be probably a little bit more razzmatazz in the on the Chester Terrace there. I think you may see some Pims.
I mean, that's hugely disappointing. I thought in arriving I would have seen a little bit more Pims. That's a very, very good shot, and testament to where this wicket's going. It's getting a little bit slower, and if you bowl back of a length, I think you're going to get picked off to that short boundary.
This is Vahab. And yeah, in front of square, so that's obviously a sign that the wicket is slowing up there.
It is, and you've only got 3 fielders on each side of the wicket. It's imperative that you get the angles right based on the lines the bowlers are bowling, but also the pace of the wicket.
Go back up!
So obviously watching India-England here in the LMS World Series, it seems to have caught the imagination over in India, Nick. How, India's cricket mad. Can you see how maybe LMS could fit into Indian cricket?
Oh, hugely. I mean, I've been very fortunate to tour India a few times, and I'm heading back that way with the West Indies in October, and it's a religion out there. I mean, this is exactly what India's crying out for. People, as the years wear on, people are getting busier and busier in India, and longer formats are being a little bit tougher to get onto. But I think the Indian public are going to lap up last man stands for the length of the game, the rules of the game, and the entertainment of the game. So I think there's a massive market out in India, and certainly I'd encourage anyone out in India to get a team, get involved. It's a lot of fun. It's not inconceivable that a lot of Indian teams will play 2 games on a night.
Well, just looking at the pictures there's just a couple of the local lads there taking in one of the banners on the far side there of the Last Man Stand shop, and some of the coloured kits. And I can imagine over in India they love the colour, the opportunity to get the name on the back of the shirt, and that's obviously part of being part of LMS, is that your teams can brand their kits or whatever. Can you see the Indian public buying into that?
Yeah, totally. I mean, there's obviously a festival called Diwali, which is the festival of colour, and I can certainly see Last Man Stand buying into that festival. But out in India, it is all about colour, it is all about excitement, it is all about the razzmatazz, and that's exactly what Last Man stands for. And Indian, I think all the way through Asia, but especially in India, players are hugely competitive, but at the same time want to be entertained, and Last Man Stand fit that bill perfectly.
Well, the numbers of people watching in India and Pakistan for the first game of the tournament were sky high, into the hundreds of thousands just tuning in. It shows how much they've embraced this tournament, but obviously we know how passionate they are over there, and it'd be fantastic. We spoke to Ali, who is heavily involved in the Pakistan franchise. He played in the Masters tournament today. I'm looking forward to playing against him tomorrow. He very, very passionate about the Pakistan side. He's great to listen to on the comms, and he's obviously set it up where to give as many people the opportunity to play cricket, using businesses and other streams to bring some money in to ensure that people can play the game. So maybe there's people listening in India who think, you know what, we love Last Man Stands in our area, and they could get involved, whether is it as a player, which is lastmanstands.com/join, or if they're thinking a little bit further ahead, they want to be that person who puts Last Man Stands into their local area, which is /franchise.
Yeah, no, very much so. And all around the world, everyone has aspirations to be a professional cricketer, and certainly my experience today is that you can certainly be a Last Man Stands professional, because as an ex-professional cricketer, it's not that easy to just come in and smash the ball all over the park. But having watched the guys we've been involved with and the guys we've played against, they've certainly got a handle on the right formula to play this game. So yeah, all the razzmatazz, the colour and the format of the game, you can certainly become a professional at this game.
Just nipping back to this game, the projected score at the moment is around 172. They're ticking over pretty nicely. Van der Linde's 42 off 25, Lomas 36 off 23. Surely they've got the platform here now, Nick, to be able to kick on and go for the scores we were talking about before, 200, 220.
Yeah, very much so. We were light today at 160, but I would have thought par in the score with the way the wickets go in and the shortness of the boundary on the leg side as we bowl at the moment. Anything shy of 180, you're not really in the game. So 180 to 200, that's where you want to be aiming.
Well, they're going to be aiming for 200, I think, Nick, because we've just heard that Wasim Jaffer has arrived at the ground and he'll be taking the field shortly. So I'm pretty sure that the Indian guys are going to take a massive boost from that. No wicket in the first 10 overs, but their professional, their franchise player, Wasim Jaffer, will enter the action shortly.
Well, that's exciting, because I'm not the last person to arrive. I have been fined in a fines meeting for being the last pro to arrive, but I think I can probably drag that fine back tomorrow then.
Well, he has scored 2 fine 50s in the 2 previous days. An amazing 50 yesterday off 18 balls. And I think maybe he needs to be fined for not having a suitable vehicle as a professional more than being late. But I'm pretty sure that the Indian team won't even let him leave the ground if they win today.
Well, I'm just wondering, based on the vehicle situation, whether it's the organisers that need to be fined rather than Wasim Jaffa. I think maybe we call Grieve and Kaywood into this.
Well, I know they're both very generous fellas, but I don't think either of them have got company vehicles just yet. So I'm going to let them off this time.
Yeah, you're obviously on their payroll, which I'm not. So I'm not going to be letting them off.
I'm just merely a volunteer who enjoys the game, Nick.
That old Chester.
Well, just looking at Pool A here, it's finely balanced. LMS Scotland turning over the Kiwis today on the back pitch in a high-scoring game. Fareed came in brilliantly and scored well over 2 runs a ball, and he was the match winner today. Fraser Watts, the franchise player, and Rory Johnson at the top of the order have really been fantastic. But it was really good to see someone coming in the middle order, and he just took the game away from the New Zealand side.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of the format, is that, yeah, you have got favourites, but anyone can beat anyone. If someone comes good in this format, then, as you say, Scotland, I mean, New Zealand, from what I heard, were the team to beat, but Scotland come and beaten them and made it a lot more interesting. So we're getting a change in innings at the moment. We're turning over at the 10-over mark. We're going to start getting a bit of bowling where the batters sort of have to head towards the longer boundary. So this should be interesting to see how the Indians tackle that strategy.
Well, we've got Wasim Jaffa bang in front of us here in the commentary box. You okay, Wasim? How's the car?
Thanks for popping in, mate.
That was a brilliant answer from Wasim there. I've just asked him how the car was, and he's going to find out after the game. Brilliant.
Good, how are you?
Bit of banter there between the 2 franchise players. Wasim obviously enjoying Nick's comments on him arriving late, and Wasim making it very clear that he's not as late as Nick to this tournament. So that's great to see the 2 legends of the game there just enjoying it. Obviously they'll come to blows maybe later in the tournament. So as Van der Linde just pushes down the ground, he's going to move to 45.
Yeah, what is interesting in this game so far is that the Indians have given away a lot of 2s, and I think here in this tournament, if you can cut down those 2s and force people to hit boundaries, it encourages them to take greater risk, which allows you the opportunity to take some wickets.
So just looking at on the offside of Van der Linde here, Vahab's bowling his spin around the wicket. The guy at deep extra cover at the moment must be 80 metres, 90 metres away from the ball. Do you think he could maybe gamble a little bit on the offside? If he hits you over cover 80 or 90 metres, then surely that's just a great shot and you go, well played.
No, look, I totally agree with you. This is a game of angles and trying to work out where best to bowl the ball to get the ball in, to be hit into the quadrant you want. Around the wicket, you're obviously encouraging the ball into his slot to a shorter boundary. You might think actually about coming round the wicket and tucking him up, or round the wicket and getting even wider. But
they've not gone for the ball there. Now, just watching that looks like Vahab has just come out the front of the hand there. It didn't look like it straightened at all. I thought maybe the umpire thinks that's going down. Let's watch it back.
I mean, that's a very, very good appeal. He's sort of got a little bit shut off. He's got no access to the ball. The ball's going on straight. Yeah, I think if we went to DRS, we'd probably find that the bowler might be right there,
So I'm gonna ask you on Facebook Live: is that out or not out?
I'm going to go with out. I'm definitely not a fence sitter. I'm going to make a decision.
Well, the reason I ask is that I've been sat next to Grievo for the last 3 or 4 days, and he never makes a decision. He doesn't want to upset any of these franchises.
No, he's been in England too long.
Well, it's nice to. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to say that that's a good decision. I'm going to say with the slope, that's hit middle and leg. I think that's good. Big stride from Blake van der Linde. I think that's umpire's call.
So you're saying if it's hitting middle and leg, it's not out?
I'm saying as a left-hand batsman who plays on this wicket regularly, any of the umpires in the league watching, that ball's sliding down the leg side.
Right. We'll agree to disagree.
Well, this is Vahab anyway. He's gone for 12 off this 1.5 over spell so far. Aaron Lomas has just slowed up a little bit here. He's 36 off 25 and just dabs it into the offside. He's going to look for a second run here. He's turned. If it's a good throw, he's close. Oh, Meg couldn't get hold of it as Van der Linde's looking for a third. Good intensity here. one thing I'd say is so far that England are setting this massive platform. At some point they've got to go.
Yeah, very much so. And I think the Indian players haven't quite read the play yet, because these guys are only trying to knock it into holes and get twos. You know, if I were them, I see they've started to do it. They're coming off the boundaries and forcing them to hit the ball past them.
That's a good dot there. Good dot. And that's over as well. So, look, 11 overs gone, 95 the score. 2 players, 46 and 45 here. Now, the nuance of LMS is that both of those players, if they get to 50, they'd retire.
Yeah, what will be interesting in this situation is that they're going to retire pretty close to each other, which means you're going to have 2 new batters in. Now, in the normal format of the game, that's your hallelujah territory. Having 2 new batters in who are going to have to try and score at the same pace is probably not what you want. So, being a last man stands debutant, I'm going to be interested to see how this plays out.
Well, the thing for me is, one thing that I'd be definitely thinking about here is obviously these guys can come back in at the end. So they're looking to retire, lengthen the batting line up for England. It gives the players coming in the opportunity to swing off the feet. We could see some big overs. Now, I'd be working out between these two who is the biggest hitter, because the first person to come back, the first person who retires will be the first person who comes back in. And obviously, as much as, one of them, they both batted at a similar pace here. One of them may have a slightly different gear. So, that's what I'd be looking at. I'd probably be looking at Van der Linde. I think Lomas looks very much in control of what he's doing here. But as a left-hander, I think he's got maybe another gear to go into.
Well, I think the other interesting thing to say is that I'd certainly want the left-hander back in, because he's going to be swinging towards the shorter boundary later on.
Lomas has just picked out Dwidge on the boundary there. That was a low full toss. He'll be disappointed there, Nick. There was masses of room. I'm really surprised at the field placing from Kohli, who's bowling here. This is the captain. This is Raul, the cousin of Virat. He's got a very fine third man. As Van der Linde goes to his retirement, he's just played a reverse sweep.
Yeah, that's a very, very good shot, and a very smart shot based on the angles they've set the mid-wicket for him. But yeah, a very, very good shot. But as you say, now he's going to be the first man back, which means as a right-hander he's going to be heading towards the longer boundary. Well,
I'm expecting absolute fireworks here, because the incoming batsman is the in-form Haroon Khan. He scored 145 for his club side Caldy at the weekend, and backed that up with retiring on Monday. So he's, he must feel in great form here. But there's going to be a real nice applause here from the well-built-up crowd here as he raises his bat. Van der Linde. I'm sure his wife Selena, who's been following on Facebook Live, will be loving that.
And very well deserved.
And he's wearing Nick Compton's shirt as well. So I really hope he doesn't wash that for tomorrow, and Nick is going to be soaked in runs.
Well, the question from me is, how many 50s has Nick Compton got so far in this competition?
I think he's got 2. Yeah. No, I think he's got No, I think he's got 1. He's got 150, and he got out reverse paddling on 49, which he got absolutely panned for.
Yeah, so Nick Compton, as correct as he is, got out reverse lapping on 49. Compo, I hope you're following this, but your shirt is in good hands at the moment. If you want to stay a little bit longer down in London and not pop up tomorrow, that'll be good. I'm going to miss you, but whoever's wearing your shirt's doing a great job, mate.
Yeah, I think Blake van der Linde obviously must have had his shirt in the laundry today, and he's just nicked the pro's shirt out of his bag, and he's gone in with a 50 retired. That's not a great start from Raul Kohli there, the captain. He'll be really disappointed that he's conceded a couple of boundaries there, and they've gone straight away to Wasim Jaffer, who's come on to bowl here at the City end. Little quiz question for you: how many first-class wickets and how many Test wickets has this guy got?
Pass. Not a clue. I'm the worst cricket historian in history.
Well,
tell me.
2 in each format.
Who are they?
Not a clue. But I did ask him the other day. I said, how many wickets have you got, and how many runs have you got? He did not have a clue how many runs he'd scored, but he knew exactly to the number how many first-class wickets and how many first-class and Test wickets he had. And that happens a lot when out-and-out batsmen think they can bowl, and they will know to the absolute run what they've gone for.
Could not agree more.
As a keeper, did you ever? And that's gone very high in the air, and that's a 6 for Haroon Khan. That is an unbelievable strike. That's gone to the long boundary there, and that's gone, I reckon, 20 rows back in the invisible stand in the corner.
Straight into the chairman's house. He's got enough protection on it to survive a bomb blast.
That's a lovely shot from Khan. He just got down on one knee and absolutely dispatched that.
So he just walked in. That's his first ball.
I think it's just, it may be his second ball. I thought that was
ball. That's an unbelievable shot.
There we go. Someone's got to get to the keeper's end here as Meg runs after it. Made a great impact, Meg. He was left out for the first game, caused a bit of controversy. But he's come back in and he's done a fantastic job. He spoke beautifully on commentary before. Great for him to come in and tell us about his LMS journey. Lomas looking to retire here. Surely he's going to nudge it into one side and get a two. No, he's crunched it through on the offside. Is he going to come back for a second here? He is. Good chance to run out here. It's gone through to the keeper. But there it is. Second player retired, Darren Lomas. He's done it again. And that's a 50 off 31 balls. So tell me a little bit about your innings today, Nick. I was unfortunate. I was busy at work, so
I'm not sure there was that much to discuss. In my debut innings, I was a little bit at sea as to how to go and approach this innings, but unfortunately, we kept losing wickets along the way. So at every point where we decided we were going to accelerate, we lost a wicket, which means we had to consolidate again. So it was great fun. I really enjoyed it, and we're with a fantastic bunch of lads.
Well, I was very lucky. We played the South African team, the club side here, in a warm-up game, which we fell just short. As Aaron Lomas had a little bit of fun with the cameraman there, just runs straight into the cameraman as he enjoyed. Looks a bit like Matt Pryor.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. I don't really. I feel like I do people an injustice if I say they look like Matt Pryor, but there you go. That's as close as we're going to get.
No offence to Aaron or Matt there, but Jeff has started off. He's gone for 12. Probably not the impact they're looking for. The Indians here have left themselves a bit of a mountain here. They've not took a wicket, so there's now 8 wickets available to play with. Looking across at the players' village there, all the country flags as we see the bowling stats of some of these Indian players, and I'll be honest with you, maybe looking at some of those economies, they won't want to be looking at these after the game.
Advariu looks like he's had an amazing spell. 2 overs for 7. Nanda above him, 8.5. I mean, in nice man stands. These standards, those are great bowling figures.
Well, that's our. Luckily, some of the players from some of the Asian countries have helped me out and allowing me to use their abbreviated names. One of the Sri Lankan lads had 4 names the other day, and he tried to get me to pronounce the first one, and I got that wrong, and then he quickly realised that we were just going to go with Prasanna, which worked for me lovely, and that's the same with Dwidge. So I appreciate that. But Kohli here, 13 off 2.5 overs. So Simon Dunnings came here and joined Haroon Khan. 2 new batters basically at the crease here, only faced 3 and 4 balls respectively. Obviously Khan's just hit that massive 6 into the top tier here. But India look like they're going to be chasing a massive total here. Big platform for the England batters to work off as Kohli comes into Haroon Khan. There's an appeal. I'm interested to know what that appeal's about. Must have been very close to the stumps there. But the umpire didn't move, so he didn't seem interested, so we carry on. As Kohli comes in again. It's gone high in the air. Jaffer's underneath it. It bounces just in front of him. But there's little chances creating here as England are trying to accelerate towards what would be quite a big score. So England here have 6 overs, 30 balls, so they'll be looking well in excess of 180 here, but they've got 2 new batsmen in, Haroon Khan 13 off 7, that includes a 6, so he'll be looking to try and move the ball around just a fraction more. Simon Dunning, a very good hitter of the ball, 4 from 3, so they've both had the opportunity to just get their eye in fractionally. As Khan just works that backward a square, and that's 4 runs. What a great shot that is. Jaffa's just pushed outside the off stump, and Khan has drilled that through point. So I've got my friend Raul Coley in front of me here at long on, the captain of the India side. He's happy, you know, he reckons he'll be happy with around 160, 165. I think he'll have to do a really good job for that, as that goes for 4. And Khan is putting Jaffa to the sword here. And that was Simon Dunning, so apologies. Put a really lovely evening here in Chester. Jaffa comes around the wicket to Dunning this time. Into the wicket. That is gone well back here. And that's a crowd catch. That's Steve Treen, the third 11 captain here at Chester Boughton Hall. He raises his pint glass. A fabulous catch in the deep there. See if the cameraman's caught it. But Jaffa comes in again. He's gone back out. He's gone high again. And I think this could be another boundary as well. It is. So this massive platform from this England side is being well and truly taken advantage of here, as there he is. He's just checked on the Facebook Live app there. Banged in short. We're going to look for the crowd catch here. Let's have a little look. Oh my God, that's a brilliant catch. In the deep, he's just ran round and pouched it. So I think he's just trying to be cool there on camera, but he'll certainly be checking that out and sending that out in the WhatsApp groups. Make sure you share any action like that on the Facebook page. Or tweet LMS. But that's 141 for none off 15 overs here. And we're looking at a score well over 200 if they keep going like this. Another strong shot by Khan. It goes out into the deep just for a single. Well, I'm just going to welcome in Apuvanaya from the successful USA side today. And he's going to come into the box as Simon Dunning sends another one into orbit. And that's 6 more. And this is one unbelievable innings so far from Dunning.
It's a nice way to be welcome to the commentary box with a huge 6.
You must be absolutely chuffed.
Yeah, I mean we've had a rough few games, and always nice to get a win under the belt.
I'm pretty sure with probably 3 overs prior to winning that game, you didn't think I think the game was sliding away, wasn't it?
It was. I think the last 2 overs they need 11 of tough 10 balls, and we won by 5. So I think I have a reason to be pleased. That's a great cut shot.
Well, he's at 28 off 8 now. This is amazing batting from Dunning. England have set this massive platform.
They have. And
now the batsman can just swing with a lot of ease and feel comfortable to go and strike the boundaries.
That's right. And we were oh, it's another 6. It's raining 6s here.
That's a massive shot again from Dunning. And he's got a real chance here if he keeps going of potentially winning the batter of the day and maybe some of the Bass co-branded range here from LMS. This could be a game-changing innings. It was in the slot. He got his head just over the ball there, and he's just picked out the deep boundary here, which is quite a long way on the leg side.
The South Africans and the British team are.
This is
super well.
unbelievable batting.
Look at that.
I'm not really sure what that shot was. He seems to just get inside the line and punch it. Got on top of the ball beautifully there, and this is just unbelievable.
Almost
batting.
a standing sweep.
Right, looking at the projected scores now, so England could comfortably just, roll in at 10 and over to 200, but the way he's hitting it, they've got to be looking at maybe 220.
I think they're going to look at 220, 230.
So who's your next game against tomorrow?
We're playing Singapore tomorrow.
Singapore have been really impressive so far.
Singapore have been hugely impressive, and we've got both the Aussies and the Saffers rooting for Team USA to win, because if we win, then both of them go through and makes their lives a lot easier.
Well, they've arguably got one of the players of the tournament, though, haven't they? Manpreet Singh. He's been really exciting. As they bang the ball into Haroon Khan, the ball goes out into the deep. Dwidge picks up.
It's well fielded.
Wasim Jaffer just going a little bit flatter there. It's 162 for none off 16. Do you see many games in LMS where no wickets are taken?
No. We got close to one in World Champs, but luckily one of us picked up one in the last over.
And that's four more. This is unbelievable batting from Simon Dunning. Must be striking near 400 here as he goes to 42 off 11. I wonder what the quickest ever LMS 50 is.
I think Wasim Jaffer is probably making mental notes of whoever's hitting him for 4 to make sure he takes toll when he comes into bat.
How easy do you think it was for the Indian side to adapt? Obviously Wasim Jaffer was stuck. There was a problem with the card. Do you think that had any effect on the Indian side?
I don't know, because I don't think they, from the games I've. Oh, that's another six.
My God, that's even better. God. That's got extra cover. In England, you'd say back of the net as it hits the practice area, and that is 6 more. This is unbelievable batting. I'm pretty sure that some of Dunning's teammates and family members will be watching this. This will be a collector's item.
This is like a video game almost. Every ball is 4-6.
You don't see many here at Chester. Hit inside out into the netting area. That was a very clean strike. He'll be watching this back tonight, I think.
In swinging Yorker, you think?
It's boom! That is absolutely sensational. It's a 13-ball 50 for Simon Dunning. And that is just something else, isn't it? It really is unbelievable. Have you seen innings like that at this tournament so far?
This is crazy. No. Well, the closest I've seen to this was Razak's 15 in the first game he played. But I don't think it was off 13 balls. It was probably off.
I don't think in a lifetime he's going to hit many cleaner balls than that. And we're just going to watch this now. Down the ground, he got all of it. Look at the applause here. That is absolutely top draw. Any form of cricket, you'd be happy with that. A 13-ball 50. Simon Dunning, take a bow.
Really well played.
For our own safety, I'm actually quite glad he's retired. So this brings Jamie Carter. Look at that. 54 off 13 balls, a strike rate of 415.
That's insane.
4 4s and 4 6s. No, 5 4s and 5 6s. So as Jamie Carter comes to the crease.
It's been a while since we've seen a single.
So Carter's just gone, well, I'll tell you what, I'll get myself in here. Haroon Khan looks like he's playing a test innings now. He's 20 off 11.
I'm taking bets on what happens next ball. What do you think?
Jamie Carter on strike to Dwidge. I'm going to say he's going to try and work it into the slag side area. I'm just going to look at the scorecard for England. It's 180 for none off 17. Blake van der Linde, 51 off 31. Aaron Lomas, 50 off 31. Those 2 innings look good, but wait for this. Simon Dunning, 54 off 13 balls, 5 6s, 5 4s. Unbelievable, and I think that would be as close to a world record 50 as we've seen here in this tournament.
Oh, that was just insane. What an innings. What a pleasure to watch.
But
I'm glad I wasn't bowling.
Well, the impressive Dwidge, they've gone back to one of the top bowlers here to try and stem this run flow. Couple of good overs, maybe they can keep it to 200 as Jamie Carter has just opened the face there and just smashed it through points. So the wheels are just starting to come off here for India.
Yeah, he just carved that over, didn't he? Over cover point.
It just gives all the batters. They've got 8 wickets to play with here. They're going at a run rate of 10.5 and over. Carter's come in 5 off 3. Khan 20 off 11. You know, Dwidge is trying his absolute best here to find the first wicket for India.
They've got to be thinking boundary every ball now.
See, that feels like a victory, that single, doesn't it? It does feel like a victory.
Well, India have to take back, you know, these small positives and find the motivation when they come out to bat. Treat a single like a dot ball now.
Well, after out the last 10 balls, there's been 7 boundaries.
Oh, there's another one.
And Khan's just dropped onto one knee there, flowing back, goes through extra cover. Actually couldn't get round there, and
he's batting on 200 strike rate. Sounds kind of sedate compared to the 400 strike rate 50 we just saw.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Simon Dunning may be receiving some of the co-branded Bass range here, because I'll be surprised if we see a better innings than that.
Oh.
As that goes out in the deep, Khan hasn't got all of it. It's a good catch by Kohli, and he goes for the double play, but he's playing for his team there, and he's gone out to the deep boundary, and he just quite hasn't got all of it.
And not only that, it was a dot ball, and luckily for India, none of the guys who scored 50 are coming back in yet.
Well, Dwidge with the wicket here. He's just coming down in front of us. Wasim Jaffer's coming back onto bowl here, and his figures are 3 overs, none for 49.
Well, I think he's going to score 2 50s in this match. One with the bat, one with the ball.
Just listening to Dwidge down here at long on. He really is not a happy bunny. He seems extremely unhappy. He's doing a good job himself there.
It's a fiery character.
Jaffa comes in. That's got to be really close there. The umpire shrugged it off. I don't think this is far away here. It looked like it was on the way down almost. It was pace off by Jaffa. There's a sun just coming from behind us in the commentary position here. As you can see, Jaffa come into Carter. And he's hit that very forcefully. It's funny, isn't it? We've just spoken about a 13 ball 50, and if England just falter for a few balls here, they may not even get 200.
Yeah, that's right. I think they'll get 200. They'll struggle to get 220 unless Adil goes after Jaffa right now.
So he's just pushed the stick. There's got to be 2 here. The fielder must be 80 yards away. He's stuck to the boundary at backward point.
Oh, he's Usain Bolting it.
See, this really frustrates me, as you've got a left-hander on strike. You've got a man at point. He's never going to hit it that far in the air. Surely he could be 10, 20 yards off the boundary.
Yeah, I think the Indian team in general, the fielders are struggling with a bit of awareness of who's on strike and where they need to be.
Is it that left-hand, right-hand partnership that's maybe causing them an issue?
I think so. It looks like it. And you often see, we're seeing through this innings, he's been admonishing his fielders to be a bit aware of who's on strike.
Could do with the dot ball here. And he's bowled well there. Adil Hussein's going to come back again. This is great running, and I think some of the Wasim Jaffer doesn't look overly impressed at all.
No, he's not impressed at all. I mean, Wasim Jaffer is an absolute institution in domestic cricket in India. I mean, played at the highest level as well.
18,000 first-class runs.
It's insane.
I think I've got less miles on my car.
Yeah. Oh,
goes down the ground here. They're going to get round quickly. Dwidge
well
moving beautifully there. There could be a run out. That's an amazing piece of fielding from Dwidge here.
Young legs.
He's been a breath of fresh air in this tournament, Dwidge, and he's going to be left with about 5 runs to play with to save them from conceding over 200 here.
Well, he must bowl like he's defending 5.
Did you see the Abdul Razak 50 the other day?
Oh, it's fantastic. It was fantastic, and from what I hear, he walked out and picked up one of these Bass bats right off the shelf, and he said, "I'm going to just bat with it." And none of us would ever think of using a brand new bat. And
the irony is, one of those co-branded bats is called the Home Run.
Yeah.
And we saw one straight away.
Oh, that was fantastic. I was speaking to one of the Pakistan players, and they reminded Razak that, hey, that bat's new, and he said, don't worry, look, I've taken a look at it, and the ball's going to go. And he sent it.
High in the air from Carter, going out to cover. Field underneath it. That's amazing. Catch, go for the double play. Oh!
I think there's equal excitement on the field and in the commentary
Oh,
box.
no, do you know what? I just love the double play. It just gets me going. And obviously Dwidge is bowling here, so he's got the second wicket in the innings. Carter caught in the deep, brilliant catch.
I think he's pulled something here.
He's been struggling the last couple of overs. He had a bit of a fall over there a minute ago. I'm just trying to work out who the fielder was in the deep there. Praveen opened the bowling. Probably wouldn't have been overly happy with his day's work with the ball. None for 37 off 4.
That's right, and I think, you know, in the context of this innings, none for 37 off 4 is actually not bad.
It's a win, yeah.
It's gone at under 10 and over.
But the thing is that the beauty of this game is the fact is just in the last couple of overs, you've just started to maybe rein in the odd dot ball. And if India can keep England to 200,
I think they'll go into the innings break, you know, on a high.
I think they will. Obviously, 7 off 7 for Jamie Carter there.
Oh, look at that measly 100 strike rate.
As Nielsen Scott comes in, the ball goes down to Jaffa. They're going to go for 2. There's a chance for a run out here. Oh. I think Dwidge was the wrong side of the stumps there. Don't think he helped Wasim Jaffa there.
Try to do the fancy thing with the between the legs Dhoni style.
Dhoni. I'd leave that one to Dhoni all day long. So that's actually 200 here. The scoreboard's just caught up with us. 3 balls left.
Oh, that's well bowled.
And that's another wicket for Dwidge. So in an innings where the opposition have scored 200 runs, Dwidge has got 3 for 27.
That's brilliant bowling. Brilliant bowling. I think he's using the pitch well. I think a lot of the Indian bowlers struggled with their lengths. Dwidge has been really, really good with using the pitch.
So obviously this Suns came into play again. Dwidge has just threw it above the sun. Nielsen Scott, to be fair, he's playing for the team. He's put his foot down the wicket. He's tried to hit it for 6. And that brings the captain.
Oh, he's a big hitter too.
Nick Darby-Walsh, did you see his home run?
I did.
And it's amazing because that really killed New Zealand off, because without the home run, then we'd be sat here with England with the defeat and New Zealand with a chance of qualifying.
That's true. Nick's a big, strong guy, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple more headed our way.
Anyway, 200 for 3 here. Dwidge comes in. He's hit it hard down the ground here. He's done really well. They've gone for Adil Hussain wanted the second there, but Darby-Walsh turns him back.
This has been a brilliant last over.
It's amazing, isn't it? Literally 10 minutes ago, we were absolutely buzzing. I was off my seat. We were watching Simon Dunning hit the quickest 50 of the tournament, and then all of a sudden, Dwidge has come on and just reined them straight back in. And that is a disaster. They're going to look for 2. There's a fumble, and there's a no ball as well. So potentially, the last ball of the innings could be a home run and a free hit.
Oh, this is now. I think Dwidge is just looking for another challenge. I'm thinking he's going to get single here.
For any chance for India, this can't be a 6. And it's not. It's a dot ball,
Very
but
well
Meg's
bowled.
come up early, and it could roll away, which would be very, very harsh.
Oh, that's tragedy. And it's gone four byes too.
And you can just see he's exacerbated Dwidge. He's done everything possible, but ultimately that no ball and those 4 byes could make it very, very difficult for India. Okay, that's a fantastic score by England there. As the captain comes off, fist pumps all around there. They're going to feel really, really, really happy with their afternoon's
I
work
think
so
they're going to be really, really happy. And I think what the Indian team needs now is, you know, a big start from Wasim Jaffa. I think all the folks watching in India are fully expecting it, having seen the way he's batted all through this tournament.
So just a little breakdown there. Blake van der Linde, 51 off 31. Aaron Lomas, 50 off 31. Haroon Khan with a really selfless innings of 24 off 13. And then the quite incredible Simon Dunning came in, 5 fours, 5 sixes, 54 off 13 balls. And I think that may be the innings that takes this game away from India.
That's just unbelievable. That is simply unbelievable innings. It's like I mentioned earlier. It's almost like you're playing Alan Border cricket on your computer.
What a great game that was, by the
way. Anybody under 25 who knows this game, you shouldn't, because it's ancient. It's ancient.
Well, you had Alan Border cricket, and you also have Brian Lara cricket, and especially when you got some of the bowlers. Just going back to this game before we go on about Brian Lara cricket. Looking at some of the bowling figures, there's a few people that won't be looking at the scorecard, but Dwidge certainly will be. 4 overs, 3 for 31, and then really the rest have struggled to keep the economy under 8. Franchise player Wasim Jaffer turned up after 10 overs, and his final 4 have gone for 56. He was on the end of a Simon Dunning masterclass.
Oh, he got a proper walloping.
And you could see from Jaffer just down in front of us, he was very frustrated to be late, and he was absolutely desperate to play his part. So I'm interested to see how he's going to come out and bat, because I think he's got the bit between his teeth.
I think so too. And I mean, LMS has taken off, really well in India. And I know there's while we were playing our game against the Welsh, we got plenty of text messages from the US as well. So we're really hoping to grow LMS, this format, in the US. I think there's a huge opportunity and a huge base of players and fans who would absolutely love this format.
Just looking at the Group A standings at the moment, England win this game, and they'll go comfortably on top of the group there, putting some pressure on LMS Pakistan before the game tomorrow.
What an impact Razak has had on Pakistan.
Massive, mate, massive. And tomorrow that's going to be a bit of a shootout between LMS Scotland, LMS New Zealand, and depending on what goes on today with LMS India. So the New Zealand team will be hoping that England gives India a bit of a drubbing. I think some of the other teams will be hoping that.
What a win by Scotland today! They chased down what was it, 212, something like that.
Well, Farid was just unbelievable. He was really, really good. So as we wait here at Chester Boughton Hall Cricket Club, on the far side there, that looks like is that the Singapore team over there? That looks like Canal, doesn't it?
Yep. I think that's the Singapore team. Yep.
They're just so committed. It's been a really refreshing attitude from the Singapore side. And there he is, going through some exercises with his gang.
I just like these 3. I like that one and that one.
So as we look over here at the empty pitch, ready for the second half here. Great to see so many parents here with the children enjoying the game. That's actually in shot. That's Hannah Snape. She's a very talented 15-year-old who plays for the Chester Boughton Hall under-15s and the Chester Ladies. Welcome into the box here. I've got Rob Bainbridge. Welcome.
Nice to be here. How's it going?
Very, very good. I was lucky to get Rory in before, Rory Johnson.
Aye. And
he was telling me how exciting a tournament it's been, and obviously what an amazing win it was today over the Kiwis.
Yeah. I'm still settling in, to be honest. But to chase down 212. I mean, I suppose you've got to go into that kind of thinking that you're going to do it, but guys, I suppose believed it and came through, and it was amazing result.
It looked like an amazing innings, and we saw the end of it from over here. We caught a little bit on the live stream of Farid He looked like he took the game by the scruff of the neck and took you over the line.
Yeah, absolutely. His hamstring's totally gone.
It is totally gone. I saw him the other day. I've never seen anyone stretch, so so he probably could do with a bit of strapping or whatever. And if you make it into the final day, then he's going to have to suck it up.
Well, no, that's what we're saying to him. He's just in a way these things kind of work for you, don't they? They just he's not thinking about running, so he's thinking about hitting boundaries, and that's come off for us today.
Well, it's focused the mind, doesn't it? And he's gone against the adversity, and he's done a great job there.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the plan with some of these Scottish lads? Obviously, some of them play 11-a-side cricket at the weekend. Are they travelling back for the game, and then if they qualify, coming back again?
Well, we've been working on that just now, actually. To be honest with you, so no, I think the boys will be staying down for the weekend that can. Rory, unfortunately, has probably got to go back.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Forfarshire Cricket Club will not be overly charmed. I'm pretty sure that they'll quite happily make sure that there is a train or a car going backwards and forwards as we look at the summary of the first half here. LMS England, 208 for 3. And as we've touched on, 3 people retiring there, but Simon Dunning, 54 off 13.
Yeah, that was an absolutely awesome knock from Dunning, wasn't it? Yeah, we were watching that from the top up there, and it was absolutely superb.
So just looking at the group here, I'm suggesting, as a Scotsman, that you're supporting LMS England, looking at that group.
Well, yeah, we've found ourselves in the unusual situation up there of a Scottish guy supporting England, because obviously that result will work out for us, but also the Pakistani team who we get on really well with, supporting India as well. So we've got a bit of world peace going up in the clubhouse up there. So it's all quite good. The banter's really good up there. Everyone's really enjoying it. But yeah, Scotland supporting England and Pakistan supporting India. Who'd have thought?
Well, maybe we need to send LMS to some of the other parts of the world and see if we can sort some stuff out. See if we can get the US and Russia and some of these South Korea, North Korea playing LMS, and that'll soon sort it all out.
Get Iran in there. I've heard they've got some good off spinners actually. So I think could be a way in, definitely.
Amazing, and I'll be interested to see as LMS grows whether this is a competition where maybe you even have to start qualifying for. Wouldn't that be exciting? Or we go to an extra group. As it goes around the world, more franchises set up. Potentially we could have an even bigger World Series.
Yeah, and wouldn't that be superb as well? I mean, I think for me, one of the very best things about LMS is the camaraderie amongst all the players as well. So you don't get any of this, too much of the nationality things at all. Everybody's mixing, everybody's enjoying each other's company, and you get along very well. You got Lomas on screen here. Aaron, I've never met before, but we've been getting on really well. And you make friends for life, in the space of a week as well here. And it doesn't matter about the country at all.
Well, ultimately, with no disrespect to yourself, you haven't played international cricket for Scotland.
No, this is my first time.
And you're now representing your country. You're playing against people from different countries. The camaraderie, as you've mentioned, is fantastic. But it must just be great to mix in. Fraser Watts, he's played over 30 ODIs. It must be great to pick his brain as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, again, this is one of the best things about it. So I was like probably a sort of classical case in point LMS player that I'd stopped playing league cricket when I had kids and family, and just stopped playing cricket at all. And it was LMS that got me back into playing cricket again. And this is so I hadn't played a league game in 5 years. Got back into playing through LMS because it worked nicely in the week, and then I'm playing more cricket now and back into a bit of league cricket. But LMS is the thing that's got me fully back into it, and all the guys I play for in the team in Edinburgh are the same boat as that, and this is the beauty of it for me.
So what's that team in Edinburgh?
Bass Rock. So we play North Berwick, which is just east of Edinburgh in the East Lothian League. Yeah, and very much, I say, same case in point, some good quality cricket, because there's a lot of boys who played a lot of cricket but had stopped, but the LMS format works for them to get back into it.
So I'm just going to come back to this game. The extremely successful Adil Hussain, who's been arguably the outstanding seamer in this tournament. I think Shabazz Khan may have something to do, have a little moan about that, but he has been bowling. He's definitely been one of the quicker bowlers. He's coming from his preferred, the Ron Fleet end down the far end there. He's going to come charging in. I think they maybe missed a trick here, England, because the sun behind us is very, very strong early on here.
Yeah.
Now, you've seen, didn't affect Simon Dunning, but it's at its highest point now. So they could have been throwing that ball into the sun. Instead, Hussain's going to be running into that sun now. He's going to be bowling to ex-Indian legend Wasim Jaffa. As the clap goes round the ground, back of a length there, straight into the wicket. And this is the one advantage this England side have, and something that I think may really suit them later in the tournament. They've got a guy here who's bowling at a really decent pace, and he's hitting the middle of the wicket.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, he took our top 3 out for 7. I think we were 3 for 7 at one point because of a deal. So yeah, I'd go along with that. Absolutely.
I did feel for the Scottish bowling batting lineup. Sorry, because ultimately it looks a very different Scotland side now. It looks far more settled. You know, Fraser Watts wasn't available. I know Gavin Dean played. Rory Johnson wasn't available, and both of those guys probably fraction more suited to the pace of Adil Hussain.
Yeah, for sure. But even so, I think, like you say, he's markedly quicker than most around.
Yeah, definitely,
he's a top bowler, so I think he's gonna trouble a lot of players here for sure.
So this is Meg. This is the keeper batsman for India. Left out the first game, as we mentioned. He came back really strong in India's victory, and set up a nice partnership with Wasim Jaffa. But these two haven't got much time just to bed in here. They've got to give themselves any chance. They've got to be going at 8 or 9 and over.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is where Adil comes in. It's going to be hard to take 10, 8 off him.
And there he is. He gets him straight up. Oh, he's really pumped up here.
Yeah, he's up for this one, isn't he? Absolutely. Yeah, that's a tremendous start. And this is the difference, that LMS, they say, is a batsman's game, but if you've got a gun bowler, I think it gives you a massive advantage for sure.
I get the impression that obviously Meg is the keeper, and it's just played on off his pad there.
Yeah,
he didn't look comfortable though, did he? I get the impression normally when the bowler runs through and gives the keeper a bit of a send-off, that obviously the keeper's been pretty competitive in the first innings.
yeah, absolutely. There's some words been said. Yeah, he's enjoyed that one, Hussain, hasn't he? Absolutely.
He's just set up here, just watching this one again. Yeah, he just wasn't sure, was he? I think he thought he was going to get put into the middle of the wicket. He didn't get his feet moving at all, and I feel for Meg. I know it'll really hurt him there, but he has to go. And
yeah, I think we've seen a lot of spin come to the fore this week, haven't we? There's been a lot of spin bowlers, a lot of pace off that's worked, but I think that's because a lot of the teams just haven't got someone of the pace of Adil Hussain here, because he really does rip it through. So it's one of those classic things, isn't it? You've got a big fast bowler, yeah, it pays dividends, absolutely. So yeah, interested to see how they go here. Obviously, India will work for us. England winning works for us, but the Indian guys are a good bunch, so you kind of want to see them put in a good show for sure. Well, not to come in with a helmet here to Adil, this guy number 3.
oh wow!
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, he's banged one in short to him. Yeah.
He's had just a little word as well. Obviously, this is relatively brave from Akshit here.
Yeah, he's a braver man than I am. I was quite happy to be batting at 6 when Adil was steaming in the other night in the twilight.
He's really flying in here, isn't he, Adil Hussain?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's certainly not slow as he comes into the wicket. Just fractionally backed away there, but I think he knew what he was doing. He's carving it down towards Jamie Carter on the boundary here. And this is not the start that the Indian side wanted.
No, they're going to have to go a few here, aren't they? I mean, it's a difficult one when you're on sort of 10 plus and over, and you've got to get away with a start. But Wasim Jaffa's certainly been on form and certainly smashed a few boundaries off against us and against the other teams.
We just had a very good crowd catch on the back pitch there, massive cheer. As the ball goes out, and they're going to come back for a couple here.
Yeah, and this is really it. I suppose you'd want you want Jaffa to be taking on Hussain. He's got to get the runs, make it tick over at this stage, isn't he?
Well, he's in a tough position, Wasim Jaffa, here, because ultimately he's going to have to score his 50 in a low-risk manner, but at a high strike rate. So basically, we want the perfect innings from him.
Yeah. But he's got the experience and he's done it before. He pretty much played a perfect innings against us. Just trying to justify him smacking me for consecutive 6s over long on here.
they were lovely shots though. This is David Nielsen Scott. Now he hasn't had a lot of bowling in this tournament. Obviously, England seeing the opportunity here. He is a frontline bowler at club cricket. He batted lower down the order today as he comes in. Back of a length here. Akshit's just got a little inside edge, and that's raced away. So maybe that's a little bit of luck that India needed there. I'm still not convinced that having no helmet on is the way to go. They're going to start banging it into the middle of the pitch here. They're not going to be thinking, oh, well, we better be careful here. They're going to be trying to work on the fact that he's not quite getting forward here.
Yeah, it's a brave shout, isn't it? It really is a brave shout to do it.
And that's a wide. So this is a good start to the over for India. And we talk about momentum shifts in LMS and how quickly they happen. Hopefully they'll sort of just swing this back the Indians' way and make this a competitive contest.
Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose you've got to target the second bowler if you've got Hussain.
I tell you what, he's absolutely crunched that, and that's 4 more as well. And all of a sudden, Nielsen Scott is under massive pressure here.
Yeah, this is the thing, isn't it? You got Hussain steaming at the other end, who's going to guarantee you a good over for not very much. You've got to back it up at the other end. So yeah, India have done well here to put him under pressure. Let's see how we get on for the remainder of the innings. But yeah,
got to go fuller surely. And that's a no ball. Head height no ball. So that's now a free hit as well.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, you know, he's apologised to the batsman. That's always good to see that. I like that because I know he doesn't mean it, but straight away the hand went up from Nielsen Scott.
Yeah.
But you can sense he's just under a bit of pressure here.
This is a big over, isn't it?
So this is the free hit. Oh, and that's deep. Oh. There's a man out there.
He doesn't realise it's a free hit, does he? He was celebrating the catch there, Adil. But what's going on here?
So Adil Hussain has just ran in, celebrated the catch, then he threw it in for the double play. He celebrated that. He's shouted, "Come on!" and then been sent back out to his fielding position as he realised it was a free hit, and they've come through for the single. So
chastened back to cow corner.
Yes, such an enthusiastic character, Adil.
Yeah.
That is a lovely shot. Wow, that is a top shot. In any format of cricket, you'd be happy with that, and that's just smashed down the ground. Then all of a sudden, LMS India are up with the run rate.
Yeah, and that's it, isn't it? That's exactly what we were talking about. It's you've got to back up. If you've got one gun bowler, you've got to back it up. I had the pleasure or the misfortune of bowling to Wasim Jaffer the other day, and it was a bit of a lesson in how to bat. So, bowling from this end, didn't have anyone fine. He just popped two late cuts that went for 4 down line, forced you to bowl straight. Next 2 bowls straight back over my head for 4 as well. So it was a fairly chastened experience, but it was a good lesson to have. And this is, as I was saying earlier on, this is the beauty of LMS. Is like, how often do you get to bowl to someone of international class like that who teaches you a bit of how to bat like that, you know. So it's it's a beautiful moment, and he's backed it up there as well. So yeah, like you say, 22 off 2.
I think it always makes you feel a bit better as a bowler, doesn't it? When the next game that someone else is running in and he's doing exactly the same, and you realise, do you know what? I bowled my best ball, and maybe he just played a much better shot. But I think this is just a key over. What do Akshit put the helmet on here?
Yeah.
I get the impression that he doesn't normally wear a helmet. He's got KB, my friend here, who's sadly had to miss out with his pectoral strain again today. I felt for him. He was down in the nets. He just failed that fitness test. But I get the impression that Akshit here is not a helmet wearer. He's just had it strapped on like an astronaut's helmet here.
Yeah. And he's not got his name on the back of it, has he? So no, he's not at all. That can be a bit of a thing if you've not batted in a helmet before and then you put one on for the first time.
He's just adjusted it a couple of times as Adil Hussain comes in into the wicket. That's a really good shot. I get the impression he'll be taking a single and not pushing too hard there and saying, "There you go, Wasim, you can deal with him."
Yeah, thank you very much. You'll have dealt with this before in the past, so sensible. But yeah, I think putting the helmet on was a good call.
It's a modern way now, isn't it? Obviously, these guys get to practice pulling and whatnot, and he's literally
that's a shot, absolute class. Yeah.
Like, it's a great bit of fielding from Nielsen Scott. That'll make him feel a bit better after the previous over. He went for 17, but what Wasim Jaffer's just wandered down the wicket to someone bowling a really good pace here and just manoeuvred the ball through mid-wicket.
Yeah, absolutely. That's another level, really, isn't it? And again, this is the kind of the beauty of LMS, is you get the chance to experience bowling against guys like this, to have this kind of thing.
Just one, Dave.
What's amazing, and we spoke about it just before the start, is that the Pakistani side are having to support the Indian side, which I really hope for their sake they're not caught on camera doing that, because I think back home that wouldn't go down well.
Yeah.
And one of them is screaming at Wasim Jaffer, just saying, hit him for 6.
Yeah, it's Bakari, isn't it? He's absolutely, he bowled.
Great
Well
bowling, lads.
But
Great
yeah, no,
bowling,
the
buddy.
Pakistani guys are right behind India here. It's a beautiful moment for the world and world cricket, and world peace in general.
Just obviously touching on relations between the countries. In India, it's a growing sport, last man stands. In Pakistan, it's a growing sport. If you want to have the opportunity to play, then maybe log on to Last Man Stand's website, which is lastmanstands.com, as the ball comes flying down in front of us here. Stopped by Haroon Khan. If there isn't a Last Man Stands team or league in your area and you want to set that up, you've got something about you and you want to be that person who maybe, starts a franchise off, same again, lastmanstands.com/franchise.
Yeah, I can heartily back that up as well. As I said earlier on, coming for someone who'd stopped playing cricket, LMS was sort of an absolutely fantastic way to get back into the game. I heartily recommend it for everyone. I mean, who'd have thought someone like me who plays cricket in a sort of fairly rural county in Scotland could be here, bowling against likes of Wasim Jaffer and taking on the England guys, and like we did today against New Zealand. It's absolutely fantastic that you get the chance to do things like this. So yeah, anyone who's watching, thinking about it, just get stuck in and do it. Oi, shot. Hannon Dolby back on for a second over, and
that's 6 more. He's
sorry, not Hannon Dolby, it's Nielsen. He's back on.
Nielsen Scott, and I was just about to ask you then. I was just speaking to Ross Kay in the back of the box here, and I was surprised Nielsen Scott got a second over at this point in the game.
Yeah, I think changing your bowlers around, I mean, this is a batsman's game, isn't it? But I think changing your bowlers around is absolutely key. So if someone's gone for a few, you're good to, the best thing you can do as a captain is, get another bowler on, change it around a bit.
So just a slow ball there, Nielsen Scott just going to his change-up.
Yeah, that was a good ball. That was a good ball, give him credit, absolutely.
Just sensing just a little bit from England here that, obviously Compton's not playing. He seemed like quite a calming influence on the group here, and he just seemed a little bit frantic here, that in the space of that first over, which Hussain was all over them, the opposition, and then Nielsen Scott's coming under quite a bit of pressure here now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. England are a good team. They obviously beat us. I don't think they've got a huge amount of bowling to come, so they're probably trying to manage it through. Maybe there's some plans that are premeditated here, but like I say, I think changing your bowlers around is key in LMS.
That's a good shot again out to. Oh, he's done well there. That just spun late. Jamie Carter back in the side today after taking a day off on Tuesday. He'll be made up to be back out there. I just think that after that first over, that he may have turned to one of the more experienced campaigners, your Van der Lindes or Simon Dunning. He'll be buoyant from his innings.
And as you were saying about the sort of choice of ends as well, actually, they might have just been going for trying to condense it in the from this end, and then bring their gun bowlers on when India have got to bat into the sun later on. It could be a canny strategy for them, absolutely.
That's the end of the over there, and that's 38 for 1 at the end of the 4th. Our club captain Chris Fleet has just came back from Lords, where he saw no cricket. He could have sat on his balcony here and watched a whole day of international last man stands cricket, but he's been to Lords.
Well, there's a lesson in that, isn't there?
First time in 17 years, no play at Lords today.
And quite why you'd want to be at Lords when you could be here on a glorious summer's day in Chester watching India and England together. Sorry, Chairman said he was trying to sign last man stands players.
Well, he's in the wrong place. He could have just walked out of his bedroom and sat on his balcony, but he's gone down to Lords.
Best I could do a job for England here, I think.
Amazing stuff. So. what I'd say is I'm just going to keep moving people through the box. So, Rob, thanks so much for your time, and I will wish you luck tomorrow in your pursuit of reaching finals day.
Yeah, pleasure to be here. Thank you very much, guys.
So I'm going to call Bakari in here from the Pakistan team. He's known as the fastest mouth in the East. Good afternoon, Bakari.
Good afternoon, mate. For the first time, fastest mouth in the East is in the com box. I'm not sure why didn't you guys call me first.
Well, I've been calling for it for days, but I don't always get what I want, you see. I've just got to wait, and we've got you in. And look, India are right up with the rate here, chasing a mammoth 209.
I get it, mate. And we are supporting India. Look, Pakistan supporting India, mate.
As Adil Hussain bangs it into Akshit here, he looks to the umpire. He wants that no ball. The umpire says no.
Nah, mate. Adil is just looking at the umpire. Adil. He's fast, man. He's fast, but Razak is going to smack him tomorrow.
Do you reckon he's going to be lined up by Abdul Razak tomorrow?
Yeah, Razak is fired up and geared up for tomorrow's game, and Adil is going to be the first one to get his hitting.
So the UAE this morning, what happened?
Nah, we were just experimenting with the lineup. We were just experimenting with the bowling lineup. We made some changes. It's okay, mate. It's okay. It happens. It's the game of cricket. LMS is fast. LMS is fun, but it's fine. It just happened. But we have been over it. It's okay. It's totally fine. We're still heading the top. We are at the top of the group. We have a good run rate. We have a good team. Let's see what happens tomorrow. England is going down tomorrow.
Well, it's good to hear fighting talk from you, Bakari. I'm surprised that obviously Pakistan, if England are successful here over India, that's put you under a little bit more pressure.
Nah. England is going down tomorrow, mate. England is going down tomorrow. I'm telling you, mate. England is going down tomorrow.
Well, Bakari, I think I said at the start of the week that Pakistan were my choice to win the tournament. I'm very much as an English fan enjoying seeing my boys playing such good cricket. But Pakistan are going to have to make sure that they've got their lineup on point to come and challenge this England team.
Our lineup is on point. Our squad is good. England have a good team. Adil seems to be a good bowler, but we've got a good opening batsman who's going to face them. It's going to be like good fun for our batsmen. It's going to be a tough challenge, but we're up for it. And I'm going to challenge Adil, and Adil is going to have summit, and he's going to be smacked all over the ground. So let's wait for tomorrow, mates.
Well,
tomorrow.
I hope Adil watches this back later on. And
Adil should listen to it.
It's gone high in the air. This is Wasim Jaffer. Aaron Lomas is underneath it.
Oh,
and he's took it.
Big wicket. Wasim Jaffer is out.
What an amazing day Simon Dunning is having. He's 54 off 13 balls. First ball of the innings, he gets out former Test player Wasim Jaffer, and a silence goes across Filkins Lane as the Indian fans, they're stunned.
It's a pin drop silence in the ground from the Indian side, but Wasim Jaffer, may I remind you, he's the highest run scorer in the Ranji Trophy, the domestic highest grade tournament back home in India. Wasim Jaffer is out. India is under pressure. So just let us pray and wish India comes on top.
So obviously that's Bakari, Pakistan player there, wishing India all the luck here as they're trying to stay at the top of the group after an unfortunate game against the UAE this morning.
May you call an upset, mate. May you call an upset.
It was an upset.
Yeah, it was an upset.
It was an upset, and there's no way around that. Obviously, I expect Pakistan to bounce back tomorrow. But at the moment, England look like the team to beat in the group.
Nah, England are going down. It's not about thinking they're the team to beat. Pakistan is the team to beat. Pakistan is going to come hard. It's going to come hard. England are going down tomorrow. England is going down tomorrow.
Well,
inshallah.
If there ever was a name that could save India, and it's Kohli coming out to bat here at Chester Boughton Hall Cricket Club.
Kohli is the captain of India. And
he is the captain of India, but this is Rahul Kohli. Back of a length and punch straight away. off the mark.
Mr. Rahul Kohli is also the captain of India, LMS India. So I really I think he can play an innings that Wasim Jafar they would have played. So let's hope that Kohli plays the innings. In Pakistan, हम कहते हैं कि Kohli तेरे से नहीं होगा chase. But today I'm really hoping that Kohli does make the chase.
So Bakari, is there any, just to explain at home, you play LMS in Pakistan?
Yeah. LMS.
Do you want to speak to the people back at home that are watching so they understand a little bit about how you play LMS and how you could get into LMS if you're back in Pakistan? Yes, please.
बहुत ही अच्छी शॉट खेली है गई है LMS पाकिस्तान में बेसिकली भाईजान जो हम लोग क्रिकेट खेलते हैं वो लोग बेहतरीन LMS खेलते हैं वो फॉर्मेटेड है बेसिकली डिफरेंट क्लब्स के दौरान में हम लोग 8 अपने दोस्त इकट्ठे करते हैं और वो लोग इकट्ठे होकर क्रिकेट खेलते हैं बाकी ये है कि प्रीमियर लीग में ही होती है प्रीमियर लीग के अंदर ये कि जो टीम जीती है वो क्वालिफाई करती है फॉर द ऑस्ट्रेलिया वर्ल्ड चैम्प्स और आप ये देख सकते हैं अपनी आंखों के सामने लाइव क्रिकेट आ रही लाइव कवरेज आ रही लाइव रैंकिंग्स आती हैं एवरीथिंग इज़ वेरी गुड ठीक है और क्वालिटी ऑफ क्रिकेट इट्स एक्सीलेंट इंटरनेशनल प्लेयर्स खेल रहे हैं इंटरनेशनल रिकग्नाइज्ड प्लेयर्स खेल रहे हैं और हम लोग जो खेल रहे हैं इट्स एन एमेचर टूर्नामेंट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे बट ये कि अच्छा टूर्नामेंट होता है और बहुत ही अच्छा टूर्नामेंट होता है बट it's a good scene on you guys should come and be a part of LMS.
It's a bottom edge. It was a chance for Aaron Lomas. Just came up a fraction there and it's rolled down just in front of us in the comms position here. Little bottom edge. They're always the tough ones to take them, but that's 4. And that may be just what Team India need here because at the moment England are absolutely all over them.
India need all the luck in the world to go for them to win this match.
Just watching that back, I think Aaron Lomas is going to be disappointed with that. He just came up a fraction early, little bottom edge, and that was definitely a really good chance. So, as Adil Hussain has come off, Kohli's removed this iPad. So, Bakari, tell me a little bit. Have you enjoyed England yourself?
No, this has been an excellent tournament for us. It has been excellent for me. All the lads over here, from all the teams have been excellent. It's been really fun. I have really enjoyed everything, every bit and every part of the tournament that has been going. It has been organized perfectly and everything is really on point. So I'm really having a lot of fun. And the cricket has been really good at the end of the day. It's all about cricket and it's good quality cricket that we have been playing and it's really fun.
So in comes Haroon Khan.
Yeah.
Straight away on the money. He's had a good tournament. Haroon Khan, he's done very well. Some of the players in your side that have, Batty's had a very good tournament.
Bhatti and there's another left arm spin called Bukhari has also had a very good tournament.
He has had a good tournament. Don't you worry, I was getting to you.
No. Bhatti has been excellent throughout the tournament. He has taken a 5-4. He has also scored some really crucial runs at the top of the wicket. He's our opening batsman. So we really rely hard on Bhatti to perform.
And also is Shahbaz Khan.
Shahbaz Khan, the left arm pacer.
He's been swinging the ball beautifully.
Oh, beautifully.
I'm hoping to see, I really thought today on this new wicket he would have enjoyed the fact it wasn't as slow.
No, he did enjoy. In the first few overs he got like a couple of us wickets on the front. Like in the middle overs that we were really behind. But Shahbaz, with the new ball, he's lethal and he's dangerous. And I think he's going to be lethal tomorrow. So that is why I say England is going down tomorrow.
As the ball goes high in the air, Fielder's coming in at long on. Is he going to get there? Oh, it's gone through his hands. It's gone through his hands at the deep there. And the batter survives.
England are dropping catches in the middle like they drop catches in the slip fielding, like in the test cricket.
Well, it's a good job we do drop catches in the test cricket because otherwise the games would be finished a lot quicker, wouldn't they? We can take 30 wickets a game.
Broad and Anderson getting old, mate. Broad and Anderson getting old.
Well,
and Dibley Dobblers like Willie aren't going to take wickets in test cricket, mate.
No, there's some exciting young bowlers coming up for the England team. I don't think we've got any worries in the seam department there. Bakari, I'm going to ask you to leave the box now. It's been fantastic having you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
So after an innings of meeting Bakari and Rob Bainbridge, we're going to go back to one of my trusty fellow colleagues here, Ross Cawood.
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, it's good to have you back, Ross. It's been a little bit chaotic in here with Bakari.
He's quite a character, isn't he?
He really is. He really is. And that's the first thing Simon Dunning's done wrong all day. He's just put one down in the outfield, but he's been really impressive. They're 54 for 2 off 7. As another one just thuds into the body of Akshya here, and it comes down towards Dolby Welsh.
It's quite funny. Simon Dunning the whole week has been telling me he's struggling to see the pink ball, but judging by that 50 of 13 balls, he was seeing it quite well today.
It was amazing, really, to be honest, because I think he had a couple of either dot balls or singles to start, so he's literally just gone boundary crazy towards the end there, back of a length. He's hit that really well. Another catch goes down for England. Now, for me, do I think that these catches are going to be key to this game? I'm not sure. I think they may have too many runs, but they've got a massive game against Pakistan and they're going to be going into finals day. They cannot be putting those catches down if they expect to win this tournament.
As they say, catches win matches.
As Dunning comes in again, back of a length, a lovely cut shot. Dolby Welsh is going to be lucky to get that amazing shot from Akshya there. And India just roll on. They've got to be looking to try and get this run rate down. But Akshya here is 34 off 25. Rahul Kohli 7 off 5. Someone needs to come in the next few overs for India, or one of these two batsmen, and go feral and match that innings that Simon Dunning put in.
Be hard to match, but someone's going to need to play big innings here for the Indians.
Dunning comes in. It's
half-hearted appeal.
Just pace off there, just pace off. And the one thing I'd say about this England bowling lineup, obviously Haroon Khan's bowling some spin. As the week goes on, we get to Sunday, it's going to be a used wicket. Do England have the pace-off options to match some of these sides from Asia? Oh,
it's a caught and bowled by Simon Dunning.
Interesting from Captain Kohli there. He's not happy at all.
Happy. Bat crashing into the pad.
Before he'd even caught that, he was absolutely furious with himself, wasn't he? As Simon Dunning's just banged one in. I think Kohli realises that he shouldn't be getting caught out by the short ball at Dunning's pace. He's really. He's really not happy there. He punches the bat to the floor, and Dunning walks through to celebrate.
Gives him a small little send-off.
He's not happy at all, Kohli. I just know how much Rahul, wants to do well with this India side, and he's frustrated, I think, by some of the performances earlier in the week, and they've put themselves in a bit of a hole here. And the worst thing about it is that they're not in any position really to go for the victory at the moment, and the miles behind maybe even get a bonus point here, Ross.
Yeah, they're going to think an option would be, if they're not going to win it, to at least get the bonus point, because that could be the difference when it comes to top 3 in the group getting into finals day. But Rahul Kohli is a very competitive character and doesn't like to lose.
So the bonus point score is 166. So it's even just around that 9-10 and over. So it's still, attainable for the Indians, the bonus pointers. As that's a firm strike, and he's decided that he's the man to do it here, and he's just put his foot down the wicket and smashed it down the ground. And India are not prepared to lie down here.
It's a fantastic shot.
What did you do with your day off, Ross?
Went for lunch with my mum and stepdad.
Oh, nice.
Which was nice, and they came down today to have a watch, to see what was going on. It's a really chill day. But great to be back at Boughton today for World Series. Ooh.
Just a bit quicker there, wasn't it? Just a bit quicker. Hearing the captain, Nick Dolby Welsh here, he was great in the box before, real good insight. He was saying that most of those lads should be playing for the Masters team, so I've spent all day sorting the Masters team out, and most of them were available here. But looking forward to that tomorrow, the Masters against Pakistan and South Africa.
Ooh, well bowled.
So Akshya here has hit a massive 6 and it's been followed up by 2 dots. So,
no rhyme or reason, it doesn't make sense. You'd think he's going to
even just big. A single or a 2, you take 10 off the first 3 balls. as it's in the slot again. And there he is, six more. And that is amazing. And there he is, he's retired. 29 balls.
Wow, well better.
Quite unbelievable batting from Akshit. And, you know, he came out at a really tough time. Hussain was charging in. He put a helmet on for the first time. He didn't like it. He took the helmet off. And then he's just took a fancy to Haroon Khan. And Haroon has gone the distance here.
Haroon Khan backing himself with a bit of flight. Which I always think's a sign of a good spinner. Once you've been hit for 6, you throw it up. Again. Keep the batsman guessing, get it above the eye line.
A really good applause there. As he comes off, 50 off 31 balls, strike rate of 161. 4 4s, 3 6s, and he's just given India an outside chance of staying in this match. And the new batter for India is Praveen. He took a really nice catch towards the end of the innings. Bowled his 4 overs right at the top of the innings when Van der Linde and Lomas were in full flow here.
Anyone in London watching the game? Send us some questions on the Facebook live feed. Be good to hear from you.
Praveen just tried to get the single there, get himself going, get off the mark. Singh sent him back. You know, just showing Praveen here, averaging a 33, strike rate 150, best of 50. He's going to have to come up with something here, him and Verhab, to put this team in a position to try and, at a minimum, get the bonus point at 166, or even have a dip going into that final over at that 208.
So Lee, some information for you. We've got the tournament dream team up here. We've got Nigel Collins from New Zealand, Deepak Nicholas from the UAE, Andy Dexter Solomons from Sri Lanka, Vainan Fencer from South Africa, Mushir Hassan Bhatti from Pakistan, and they want Rajanaka from Sri Lanka.
You've missed my favourite player off there, Ross, and he's bang in the middle.
Martin van Wyk.
Not at all, though I do like Martin van Wyk.
Sorry.
Manpreet Singh from LMS Singapore.
He's a legend. Sorry, Manpreet.
Sorry, Ross, I was waiting for one name there and you bypassed him. As Simon Dunning's just took a bit of pace off here. He's 2 for 16, and at the moment he is cantering to the Player of the Match award.
Yes, there's no doubt that he's going to be the man of the match with this performance. A couple of wickets, great 50.
Now this guy's a seriously good player for Hab, so he's going to have to do something here as Lomas has appealed. It's a wide ball. Lomas had quite a sharp chance which he put down about 3 or 4 overs ago, where it was a bottom edge. He didn't quite get down to it, but obviously he's on the back of a fine 50 earlier in the game as Dunning comes in. This is a nice plan from Dunning here. The one thing that stands out really for me is the fact that the Indian team gave away a ton of extras, and some of the outfielding was a little bit lackluster.
Yeah.
You know, England have been pretty disciplined here. You know, give maybe 1 missed field and 1 drop catch. They've been excellent in the field.
They've been clinical and they're doing the basics really well. In the team talk earlier, they were saying that if you do the basics well, it was going to be a tough chase for the Indians. They've obviously got the scoreboard pressure of having runs on the board.
I'm just watching on Last Man Stand's Twitter, and one of the local members took a great crowd catch. His name's Steve Treen. He's already got nearly 200 views.
Wow.
So looking forward. So if you want to, I'm going to retweet that on Eldino169 on my Twitter. So feel free to follow. But I'm going to retweet and catch that because that was amazing from Steve Treen.
It was a really good catch.
It really was, and we've been very lucky that some of the spectators here. There's been some fine crowd catches along the way.
Looking at the scoreboard, it's Wasim Jaffer, 13 off 9, Meg Daru, 0 off 1, Achit Gulati 50 of 31, Ral Kali 7 of 6, Vibrav Singh 2 of 5, and Praveen 1 of 2. It's 10 overs, change of ends, and 76 for 3.
So Bakari really fancies the England team tomorrow, doesn't he? He's not short of a word.
Looking at the bowlers, Nielsen Scott 2 overs, 0 for 27. Deal is saying 3 overs, 1 for 12. Pick of the bowlers, Simon Dunning 2 for 90 from his 3, and Haroon Khan 2 overs, 0 for 15.
So for me, I feel like that dream team seems a bit batter friendly, because I can't see how is saying not in the dream team at the moment.
Yeah, that's a good call. I think it's obviously
it's not a good call. It's scandalous, Ross. It's been the premier seamer in the whole competition, and we've got a ton of batting all-rounders.
Well, maybe after today's game, he'll get slotted in there.
I reckon in total in this tournament, he's probably took 5 or 6 wickets and gone for an economy less of 6, but yet still can't make the dream team. But yet we've got a load of, batting all-rounders. How's this fair on the flattest wicket in the county? Come on.
I'll need to speak to the powers that be there, Lee.
Well, the algorithm's wrong in my eyes there. It's definitely a spot for Adil Hussain. As the ball goes high, he's underneath it. Oh, right on cue as well, but it sails for 6. And that's Vahab. And if he gets going, this game may not be dead.
It's going to be a good finish if he hits his stride. Seems as if he's hitting the ball, seeing the ball like a football now. Dave Nielsen Scott's here at the long on boundary. Big smile on his face, enjoying every minute of this week.
As Haroon Khan comes in. So Haroon Khan here, bowling to the 192nd ranked player in the whole world. But actually this is Praveen, and he's whipped it away. And he's
half tracker on leg stump, given the treatment it deserved.
It is tough sometimes. Obviously at the moment England are miles ahead, and to keep that intensity, and it looks like Praveen's just whipped that away. So we've actually got the person that we were just talking about on the crowd catch there. We're just going to get him into the box just to ask a couple of questions about that catch. He could be the first person of the week to walk away from the box, and it's actually on camera at the moment, you shaking your head, which is really disappointing. So I'm actually going to call upon Noah Vickery here, who actually took a crowd catch on the back pitch as well. He's just going to nip in for 1 second. He's going to talk about Steve Treen's crowd catch. As that runs away for 4. So this is Noah Vickery, Cheshire and Chester. Is it under 15, Noah?
Under 14.
Under 14. Okay, we're going to talk about Steve Treen's crowd catch, which is actually doing really well on Twitter at the moment. He seems to get across really well.
Yeah, got right to it, dropped his beer just in time, and yeah, got 2 hands to it. Quality catch.
He seemed to milk it as well. I noticed you took a crowd catch in the Masters game on the back pitch.
Yeah, no one cares about that, do they?
No one does care about that, but I saw it, and you're the only person who's prepared to come in the box at the moment. Have you been watching much of this game?
Yeah, looks a good game. Praveen, going to score some runs.
Is there any players on the week so far that you've enjoyed watching?
I haven't watched much of Nick Compton, but I've liked his shots. The guy that played for England today, number 4 I think it was, 50 off 13 balls.
Simon Dunning.
Yeah, very interesting innings. I loved that.
So just for you as a young person, obviously you've not played very much LMS cricket at all, but obviously it's at your home club. Have you enjoyed having this World Cup here? As Vahab goes out into the deep, there's a chance for Blake van der Linde. Didn't quite reach him.
Yeah, just falling short there. Quality shot.
So just going back to the question, World Cup at your club, are you enjoying having it here?
Yeah, it's been very good. I've enjoyed the atmosphere. Yeah.
So seeing different players from around the world, have you noticed any particular player that's caught your eye that aren't one of the franchise players?
Yeah, a guy called Bilal who plays for Pakistan. He's been hitting very well and doing very well behind the stumps. Yeah. He's been quality, I think.
That's an amazing shot from Vahab there. He's just picked it up. And he's literally just whipped it onto the back pitch there. Simon Dunning looking for that away swing down the slope. He's drifted into the pads and he's whipped it away down to fine leg. And that obviously puts him under a little bit of pressure there. And they're just ever closer getting to that 100 mark. Where do you think the game's going, Noah?
Would say England are definitely favourites from here. But you never know. A couple of good cameos from India and yeah, they could be in with a shot. Oh,
it goes high in the air. Nielsen Scott's coming round. There's chance of a double play. Great catch. And no run out, but that's a massive wicket, and that's the end of Vahab. Good bit of fielding there.
Yeah, good fielding. Very safe hands.
So, from what you've seen this week, Noah, will you be looking to play any LMS cricket in the future?
Yeah, looks a very good format of the game. Very exciting. Yeah, I'll be looking to play some of it.
Is there any particular part of it that you've particularly enjoyed? Any of the rules, or?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed the double play. I think that's a great addition to the game. And also the double runs off last over. That's very good.
So just to clarify what Noah's trying to say there, the double runs is a double run if you hit a 6 off the last ball. So, you know, basically the last ball of the innings, that's called the home run, and you've got a chance to hit. If you hit a 6, you get 12. If you hit 4, you get 4. So that's designed for a big hitter. That wicket there of Vahab, I think, is going to put India in a real tough spot here. That's going to bring out Dwidge, who got 3 wickets in the first innings. Just what India may be looking at here is the fact that if you get within 80% of the score, then you can get 2 bonus points, and you take them off in England. So England will be desperate here to try and keep India under the magic 166, which is the bonus point. As David Nielsen Scott just looks across, and I think he's impressed by my knowledge now as the week's gone on. As Dunning continues 3 for 25 on the back of 54 off 13 balls. Just punched out, lovely shot by Dwidge there, inside out. So if you were playing for India now, Noah, what would you be looking at that bonus point score, or would you still be going for the 111?
Well, see how I'm hitting them, and then yeah, obviously you'd be going for the win, but yeah, situation dependent. We'll probably be looking to on the 6-6 marker at the moment. Little bit on Dwidge. He out on the boundary was complaining about his left leg, saying that he could not feel it. So this could be an interesting innings.
Well, he's been a real star of the tournament for India. He's bowled extremely well. I felt a bit sorry for his brother Meg, who got knocked over first ball by the big Adil, saying he looks quick, doesn't he?
Yeah, looks very quick. He only plays Premier League cricket apparently. Yeah, Steve wanted him to play for the 3s, but he declined. So just for the people over in India, obviously 3s is a form of cricket over here where you drop down the sides, where the clubs have a number of different sides. This is a new bowler here, and it's not Nick Compton, this is Blake van der Linde, who's come on at the city end here as the sun sets here over the city of Chester. As he comes in again, gathers in. I think Dwidge won't be happy with that. He just raised his head. It was in a really good spot to launch there. Obviously, you play at the ground here, Noah, know some of the nuances. Is there a particular area of the ground you'd be aiming for now, looking at the way the field's set? Yeah, I'd probably be looking to go back past the bowler. Probably the shortest boundary to aim at the moment. And yeah, just be looking to hit through the line, because it'll probably race away. Very quick boundaries.
As Dwidge just managed to get 2 runs there. So we're just getting to that point now where I think India are going to struggle to get to this total. So they're going to be looking at that 166. Blake van der Linde, world ranking of 268. That's not bad out of over 100,000 players.
No, it's a very good ranking, yeah. Can see why. Bowling very well.
So for obviously as a young player thinking about last man standing, would that appeal to you using the app and going online the next day after your game, checking your ranking? Would that be something that would interest you?
Yeah, it'd be very good. See how you're doing, see what other people are doing, compare yourself to the world's best.
And I think that's the thing as well. That's one thing I know a lot of the members have enjoyed here at Chester. The opportunity just to see how people play cricket differently around the world. As van der Linde comes in, city end, punched into the outfield again. It's going to drop short of Jamie Carter in the deep, and they're going to take a single. So obviously we've got games tomorrow, and then we're going to go on to finals day on Sunday. So do you think there'll be a good crowd down here at Chester on Sunday?
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully everyone turns out for a very exciting day. Who do you reckon's going to be in the final?
Well, it's a good question, that, Noah. I've been saying all along I really fancy Pakistan, but obviously England have came out of that group and are undefeated at the moment, as we're going to go back to Adil Hussain from this city end. I think coming out of this group, we're looking at England, we're looking at Pakistan, and then it could be one of the surprise packages. You know, you look at Scotland and Singapore; they've just lit this tournament up. Manpreet Singh from Singapore, literally, I just think is one of the best players in the world at this format. As straight away, Adil Hussain's gone into the block hole there. It's quite interesting that you don't see a third man on a fine leg in this format very often. Bowler at this pace, straight away the fielder comes squarer.
Yeah, he's bowled very well, Hussain. He's been a real problem for top order batsmen so far.
So, just watching Hussain, is there anything in particular that has impressed you by him, or is it the length or the pace he's bowled with that's caused these top order batsmen the problems?
Yeah, he seemed to vary his length quite a lot. He's hit his Yorkers when he needs to, and he's bowled quite a heavy ball, I think, especially with a good pace behind him as well.
So India here would love the luxury of, in Hussain's last over, just to pat him back and look to line up the other bowlers, but where they're stood at the moment, 166, they're going to probably need almost 10, 11 and over, even if they do that from the final 6 overs. Adil with a wry smile there. He's a real competitor. He made it very clear to Meg, the opening batter, as he knocked him over first ball, that he was extremely happy by that. But I don't know, I think India are in a bit of a stick or twist situation here.
Yeah, Adil bowling very well, very good pace.
So Dwight is just backed away there. What's he looking to do there?
I don't know, maybe looking to open up the vacant point area, but yeah, I'm not sure.
It's one of those moments now as a batsman. You've got to keep your mind very, very clear, and you've got to know your plans. A really good spell from Hussain there. You can't fault his efforts, and I'm sure he'll be happy with his day's work. As we look at Pool A at the moment, LMS Pakistan top it with 3 wins out of 4. They'll be pretty rocked by that defeat to the UAE, who are bottom of the group today. LMS England are still undefeated, and it looks like there could be a run out here. I don't know what's going on, and
not too sure what's quite gone on there. Clearly some misunderstanding.
There's a little bit of controversy here because LMS England are asking what's going on here, because Lomas there's been a misunderstanding. He's took the stumps, and they're trying to make out that it's a double play here.
Yeah, Dwight just absolutely teared off the field in hope that the umpires will not call him back for deliberate running out. Not too sure what's going on.
So
and they've called him back.
So Dwight here has ran himself out deliberately, and he
taking his pads off very quickly.
So Captain Kohli, Rahul Kohli, is coming out now to discuss with the umpires exactly what's going on. Wait, stay there. I just need to. So just while the two umpires discussed with Captain Kohli here, I'm going to just have a little look at Pool A, and I'm also going to say goodbye to Noah Vickery and thank him for coming into the box today. I'm going to invite Reg Wyatt into the box with me just to freshen it up as we have a little look at the pool table. Cheers, Noah. So looking at the pool here, while there's just a little gap in play, LMS India in a perilous position here, and they know that even though they've got a solid run rate, a third victory could put the final nail in their coffin today. Reg, welcome.
Thank you.
So, Reg, just tell me a little bit about your understanding of LMS cricket.
Well, I didn't really know it existed before this, to be honest, but I'm really enjoying the atmosphere it's created, and obviously all the different people from different backgrounds.
So, from what you've seen of the game, is there any particular facet of it that you've enjoyed in particular?
Obviously, it's very exciting, like you said, the 12 off the last ball and things like that. 5 ball overs makes it very fast-paced and entertaining.
So is there any particular team or players that have really took the eye for you?
To be honest, I haven't watched as much as I would have liked to of it, but from what I've seen, England have been pretty impressive. But yeah, haven't seen much, to be honest.
So obviously coming into the weekend now, it's down at your club here, Chester Boughton Hall Cricket Club. You've got tomorrow and you've got Sunday. Is there any particular teams that you have seen where you think, do you know what, I'd really like to see them make it to finals and finals day?
Yeah, obviously England, because of obvious reasons, and then I've seen South Africa seem very up for it and energetic every time I've seen them play.
Well, I know your brother Tom got to play in the Masters event the other day against India.
Yeah.
I think he enjoyed it. As Blake van der Linde comes into bowl to Akshat there, and that's going to race away. And that's going to be 4 more, so that's 4 leg byes. The bonus point score at the moment, that's when you get 80% of the score is 166. Do you think 208 is probably out of the grasp for the Indians now?
It'd be very impressive if they did get 208, to put it that way. But 166 probably in reach if they go hard for the last 6 overs.
Well, what they've done is they've obviously there's a bit of a mix-up with Dwidge, and they've brought in the retired player, and Blake van der Linde is just starting to get the ball to nibble around here. They've also got an injured player who's unable to bat as well, so just a little bit of a chaotic end to the Indian innings here. But England will be looking to put their foot on the throat. You obviously play a lot of late night cricket here in T20 and junior cricket, Reggie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously this sun comes across. Does it come into play very often?
Oh, definitely, especially sort of under 18s, especially with the pink ball as well. Junior cricket, we get a lot of spinners just throwing it into the sun. Makes it very difficult to bat, and fielding as well, often forgotten.
So I know the last couple of nights England have been on the 6 o'clock kickoff to maximise people coming home and watching, and they found that pretty difficult as Akshat just punches it through point. There's absolutely no room for just dropping it into the wicket there, and he's just got punched away, and it's down to him and Praveen here to try and take India close to whether it's the bonus point with a required run weight of 19 and over. Akshat Gulati is 54 or 35. Did you see any of the Simon Dunning innings before?
Yes, I did. It was very entertaining, and Steve taking the catch, obviously, very good fun.
So 54 off 13 balls, and the first 2 balls were a dot and a 1.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this is the captain, Nick Dolby Walsh for England. It was great fun in the box before. So just looking around the field now. They've got a 3-3 field, so it's not in the power play at the moment. Sun's come down, he's bowling to Praveen, who feels like he's been in for an age and hardly faced any balls. He's 12 off 10. He's got a very fine third man and quite a square leg side boundary, so it'll be interesting to see where Praveen goes here. Looks like he's just pushed that through the offside there, took the single. So you're in now, Reg. Where are you looking? Where do you think the boundary options are?
Obviously, fine legs, quite a good one, because obviously the pace of the outfield being so dry. just get anything down there, it's going to be 4.
He's hit that extremely hard down towards the fielder down here, but Blake van der Linde comes round and deals with it comfortably. So, is it, you know, in T20 cricket, is it in last man stands cricket here at Chester, is the value playing the dabs and the sweeps?
Oh, definitely, especially someone like me who's not the biggest of hitters. It's very important to sort of use the pace of the bowling, I guess.
So a lovely shot into the outfield by Praveen, but an even better piece of fielding, lovely pick up and throw in.
Really good, buddy.
So, for someone who's new to LMS cricket, just a reminder that obviously if you want to sign up as the ball goes high into the air, and that's gone well back here over our commentary position, and that's 6 more. Now, Akshit Gulati here has been absolutely unbelievable in this innings, and the skipper's just into the slot and his hands have come right through. That was 6 the whole way.
Unbelievable shot.
As we appear to have a bit of a lost ball here situation. We've got a bit of a lost ball here. That was a mighty strike, and obviously India will be buoyed by that as the sun just starts to come down on the glorious Filkins Lane ground here, and another fabulous day of LMS cricket in the World Series. Don't forget, we'll be up bright and breezy in the morning. I'm sure the production staff will be able to give us a little rundown, if possible, of some of the fixtures for tomorrow. As we just wait for the fielders to get back in position here as Nick Dolby Welsh comes in. It's a good bit of bowling there, right into the block hole. They've got to look for a second one, surely. No, they don't, as Simon Dunning comes round. He's not had a bad day at the office today, 54 and 3 for. He's got a very, very good chance of picking up some of the Bass co-branded kit with LMS. Have you managed to have a look at any of the Bass products yet, Reg?
I haven't had a look at them, but I've seen them knocking around, and it looks like some big stuff, to be fair.
So obviously you've seen it out in front of the pavilion, but just coming up on the bottom of the screen there, you can check that out online. Is that something that you'd be interested in?
Yeah, definitely. But from what I've seen, it looks like some great stuff. And I've seen a couple of the players looking at it as well. That looks very good.
So obviously you may have, I know you haven't saw a lot of cricket, but you saw the Abdul Razak innings the other day.
Yes, yeah, I did.
And you saw the home run, and he was using one of the brand new co-branded bats. So
yeah,
obviously new to LMS cricket. Anyone who is an LMS member, as that goes out deep, it's what a catch that is from Nielsen Scott. What an amazing catch, and I know he'll be absolutely delighted with that. He let one go yesterday, but that really is a top catch, and I think that is the end of LMS India. So it was a really strong strike. I think when he hit that he thought it was racing away for 4, and he even has the peace of mind after taking an amazing catch like that, Reggie, just to throw the ball in and go for the double play.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think he quite got the elevation he wanted on it, because he did strike it very hard, but an amazing catch and very aware to throw it in as well.
So that double play, does that appeal to you? Is that something as a batter you'd be able to think about, or?
Obviously it's new, so it'd be new to me, so it'd be tricky, but I think after the first couple of days getting used to it, and I've seen it happen a couple of times watching, and it's very interesting, like having the awareness to get back to your end once the ball's been caught.
So the beauty of LMS cricket is it doesn't have to just be at this international level. You can just play with your mates. I know that you play with people of all different abilities. I know you were on tour earlier in the week in Wales. You know, would it appeal just to be able to get a group of mates together and not necessarily worry about playing, you know, super competitive cricket all the time?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's definitely room in cricket, definitely for fun. I mean, obviously it's great to have very competitive games, but I think also just messing about with your mates, just having a game's very good thing.
And that's, I think that's ultimately, obviously at the top of the screen at the moment, we've got lastmanstands.com/join for people who are just interested to see if there's a local league or a local team they could join, or if you're even thinking more outside the box and you're not in an area where there is a Last Man Stands league and you want to look at maybe becoming a franchise manager, it's /franchise. Now, I enjoyed that little bold, Reg. Any particular reason? Do you think that's a particular line or length here at Chester that's going to be positive for Blake there?
Yeah, there's definitely a length here at Bournemouth, and you don't get much leeway with your bowling here, because as we've seen through the week, the pitches are very good. You can hit through the line, as we've seen today.
So here, just for people at home who don't understand what's going on here and wondering why there's only one batter, we're now at the last man stands point here now. So the batsman cannot run a single, he has to run a 2. So it's either a dot, a 2, a 4 or a 6. And at the moment, LMS India need 36 from 15 balls to protect the bonus point, and that's why even at this point now in a normal cricket match, this will be done and dusted. It'll be start the car, but we're going to go right to the death here to make sure that potentially England, he's gone halfway and turned round. Now the reason for that purely is he didn't think he was going to get back.
Yep.
So everyone will have a different tactic here. Reggie, obviously you're a lot more athletic than me. You'd be probably looking to push into this leg side for 2s.
Yeah, definitely.
I 100% would not be pushing for many 2s. I'd be looking to clear the front leg and try and hit a few 4s and 6s here. And that's the beauty of the game. It doesn't matter how big you are or what sort of player you are, there's an opportunity to be the hero at the end of the game here. Now, 79 off 14, that's not really the equation we're looking at here. We're looking at 36 from 14, and that's for the bonus point. And a dot ball. So a massive day's play tomorrow here in the LMS World Series, with a number of permutations and possible outcomes in each pool. And that's a strong shot, and that's it, it's all over. The skipper, Nick Dolby Welsh, gets the wicket, and it's the famous Aeon celebration with Blake van der Linde. Lovely sportsmanship there. Adil Hussain runs in and high fives Praveen, but ultimately it's England who will take the unbeaten record into the final day of the pool stages, and that will come with a head-to-head against Pakistan tomorrow, live here on Facebook Live. Reggie, I'd like to thank you so much for sitting in the commentary box with me, and hope to see you and a number of the young members here at Chester Boughton Hall enjoying this World Series over the coming days.
Definitely. Thanks for having me.
So that was Reg Wyatt of Chester Boughton Hall under 15s, enjoying the cricket there, and look, fantastic win for England there, and extremely disappointing for India. Not only have they took quite a firm beating there, but they've not managed to get the bonus point, and that's going to leave them in quite a perilous position in this group. Hope everyone over in India has enjoyed the cricket, but they're not going to be happy with the result. Just looking at the bowling and the batting card there, ultimately it's only really Akshit Gulati with 64 off 40 and a little bit of a cameo from Praveen, 22 off 19, that gives the Indians any real hope in that batting card. Bowling, I think it's going to be that man Simon Dunning again that we're going to be focusing in on after a fabulous day for him. There it is, 4 overs, no maidens, 3 for 25, and that man Adil Hussain, 4 overs, 1 for 12, that have done the damage here. Some really good figures as well. Blake van der Linde, 3 overs, 1 for 16, and the skipper getting the final wicket there, 1.4 overs, 1 for 12. So look, really good day for England, and that's going to put all sorts of pressure on some of the guys lower down the group, as they remain the only team unbeaten in this pool. And there's the summary. LMS England have beaten India by 76 runs. Standout performance there, Simon Dunning, 54 off 13. And just Dwidge with 3 for 31, managing to pick up a wicket for India. And then it's Akshit Gulati, 64 off 40, and Simon Dunning again, 3 for 25. So we're going to go across to the interviews, and just a quick look at the pool. England sitting pretty, 38 points, knowing that Pakistan tomorrow need to win to hold their place at the top of the group and going straight to the semi-final. Over to the guys in the interview.
Good evening and welcome back to Chester. The England-India game has just finished. England convincing winners. The man on my left, man of the match, Simon Dunning, with the tournament's fastest 50 of 13 balls. Well batted.
Thanks very much. It was a good day at the office. Can't lie. It's been slightly different from the first 3 days. Different pitch. It's got a little bit more of a true bounce on it, so they put it in the arc and send it on its way.
Well bowled as well. You picked up a couple of wickets. I saw you mixing up and varying the pace quite a bit.
Yeah, I think they were expecting the ball to be a lot straighter, so I pushed a lot wider a lot of the time and a lot fuller than I think they were expecting. Seemed to work, and once we started building pressure, then you know the big shots are going to come, and when that happens, you know you're going to get some wickets. So,
well done. That's England 4 from 4, so that guarantees them into finals day. On my right here, I've got the losing player from Indian legend Wasim Jaffer. How did it go?
Didn't go really well. I think at one stage it looked like we're going to restrict them to 160, 170, but I think his inning actually changed the course of the game, and they ran away with the game, and then the chase didn't start well. So all in all, I think we didn't have a very good day, but England played really well and deserved to go into the final stage.
Enjoyed your bowling. You seem to be mixing the pace and throwing it up in a bit of flight and guile.
Not today. He took me apart today. So apart from today, you could say I did okay, but unfortunately it wasn't our day.
All the best. It wasn't great to have you here. That's it for today, and we'll see you guys soon.
I spent like a couple of years up a bit. Yeah, nice guy. He's good looking. Nice.